Test, test, test. Trump, Trump, Trump. Kamala, Kamala. Debates. Kamala. Political debates. Voting democracy. Republican, Democrat. We're talking about debates. If you want to debate, hop in the box. Debate, debate, debate. We're doing debates. What up, Truth? What's up, Jennifer? What up, y'all? We just woke up not long ago. We hopped right online. We needed you. We missed you. Howdy doody, y'all. What's up, Frankie? Pickles Cage. Funny story, y'all. I woke up today and I made a steak for breakfast. And I thought I was pouring pepper on my steak. And I was tired and, foggy. And I accidentally covered my steak in popcorn seasoning that's pickle flavored. We put pickle flavored popcorn seasoning all over my steak today. And you know what? It was decent. we ate it anyway. It was decent. Could be worse, it's true. What up, Marika? No regrets. That's right. When life gives you lemons. When life gives you lemons. How's Monday been for y'all, chat? Have I played Arc Raiders? No, everybody's telling me that it's great. But no, I haven't. National Pickle Day in 4 days? Shit. Today's Monday? Yeah, for 10 more minutes. You went to Texas Roadhouse? Delicious. Their Cinnabbutter is the bee's knees. Y'all, tap the screen. Let's get to 10K. We're only at 1,000 likes. Let's get this party going. Let's send this out to people. Sydney Sweeney destroying the woke all by herself. How's she doing that? For people to actually think there's a war that could be won on wokeism is crazy to me. Like, what does that look like when you win? Do the trans people go away? Does all the history get whitewashed? Does Trump get to whitewash all the history? Is that the war on woke? Is that what that is? Wisdom teeth extracted. Damn, that's brutal. I remember the first thing I said when I woke up from getting my wisdom teeth taken out. I brought Pop Tarts with me because I couldn't eat. And the first thing I said when I came to was I asked them for a microwave. My wisdom teeth never came in. I didn't know that was a thing. Wow. Y'all, we're looking for debates. If you're a Trump supporter, you want to debate, hop in the box. Let's get to 10K really quick. We're at 2,700. Yeah, we're totally raging in here, Trevsco. We're just raging quietly and having a good old time. Ah! Sorry about the late stream tonight, y'all. I don't know how, but I stayed up till 4 p.m. yesterday. I woke up at midnight the night before. Trump, 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 MAGA, 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 Kamala, Kamala, Pete Buttigieg, Pete Buttigieg. Apparently, Pete Buttigieg is leading us all the way off of a cliff right now. I want to know what that means, Trump. I want to know what that means, Trumpers. Pete Buttigieg, straight off a cliff. Hello?
Hello?
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah,
What do you like about Trump?
everything.
You want to give me something to work with?
Uh, yo,
Yeah.
here, let me.
Chat, we're going to consider that a win. That was a win. Hello? You sound so stoked. Like you got to explain yourself about Trump. Like, why do you like Trump? Sounds like such a chore for you.
I just feel disappointed in myself when I gotta talk to dimwits and educate them.
Oh man. All right, tell me what I need to know so that I like Trump too.
But just look around you, buddy. This economy is not gonna get better under Chameleon Harris.
You mean Kamala?
No.
Are you purposefully mispronouncing your name or you just haven't figured it out yet?
All of the above.
Do you think that's like integrity incarnate? Do you think that Trump has taught the rest of the nation to not be serious and do microaggressions
Well,
towards people during their
well,
political campaigns?
Trump's gonna run for a third term, so I would respect that.
Do you feel like a patriot when you say that?
Yeah, red, white, and blue.
Isn't that against the Constitution? Isn't that
Nah, there's
not
ways around
patriotic?
it. There's ways around it.
So you don't care about the rules. You want to figure out how to break them?
Sometimes you gotta break the rules. Haven't you heard that saying?
I'm sorry?
Sometimes you gotta break the rules, buddy.
It's not a really good. I don't know. That wasn't very profound. I feel like the rules, the founding documents of our country, I feel like
Oh my
if you want to see how much of a patriot you are, I guess you can just see how much you agree with those rules, right? And Trump disagrees with a lot of them. I don't feel like Trump is a patriot.
Well, Trump got to do what he got to do.
It's pretty vague. I don't think so. I feel like we should just operate the same way we have been for as a country and follow the rules.
What, be in debt again?
Being what?
Be in debt?
Being what?
Let me guess. The economy was better under Sleepy Joe.
I don't know what that means. The economy was actually pretty bad during COVID, so I don't really know if it's a fair way to judge like Joe Biden's contributions to the economy. I think everything that he did for the economy was just fine, was great.
Bro couldn't even go up the stairs in an airplane.
Trump just fell walking up the stairs 2 weeks
It
ago.
was AI.
It's not AI.
It was literally AI, buddy.
Okay. I don't
Because
think Trump is like the epitome of like male peak performance. I think he's like a big
here's the
cheerleader.
thing. Here's the thing. And that's not a Fantastic Four reference. Here's the thing. Everyone was leaving with Sleepy Joe.
That's not, dude. That you're not saying anything. You're just telling me what Trump told you.
Well, the economy's better. The border's better. I don't see.
You guys sound so enlightened. I
I
thought you were
don't
gonna come
see
up here
Joe
and tell me
Biden doing
something.
that. He's
I thought you were
just
gonna tell me-
touching kids.
I thought you were, dude. First of all, Joe Biden has some pictures of him like hugging children or saying something nice to
And
children.
kissing kids.
Trump has he has actual footage of him kissing a child. First of all, He has another like footage of
That's
him
not
saying,
true.
"Yeah, he does. It's a black child. It's a black girl. He's kissing her, and she looks disgusted." And there's another
No,
one
that's
where
not
he
true. Show me the picture. You're lying.
sure. And then there's another one where he's talking to a 10-year-old girl going up an escalator, and he says, "Look at her. I'm gonna date her in 10 years." And then he just can't stop talking about his own daughter, how hot she is, all the time.
So what? He's investing.
He's investing. He's investing. That guy's definitely rage bait, dude. There's no way. There's no way. Hello? Hello? Chris, you there?
Yo, man.
Yeah, are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I'm in a bit of a rock here.
Hello? They're getting better, huh, chat? MAGA's getting better at using their phones. Hello?
Pickled. Yeah, I just have a question real quick. I'm not a Trump supporter, but I have a question because you debate a lot of Trump supporters, and I've just like started doing it more recently.
Uh-huh.
How many of them just like resort to violence with you in the debates?
I'm not a good. I'm a special exception. I'm a world-class honey dicker. They love me.
Okay, because I've done like 3 like in the last 2 days, and I've just had like straight up doxing threats at me. These like maggots are on a different level on TikTok. Anyways, thanks for answering my question. I just wanted to see.
Anytime. It's true, chat. I'm good with the sauce. Hello?
Yeah, I just wanted to make an observation. 2 to 3 weeks ago, when influencers like you were coming on the phone, you'd actually get people trying to stick up for Trump, but it's like lonely nights. There's not that many people that are still that haven't found out. So it's probably going to be lonely for you if you're trying to find people to support Trump. I think I don't know. Just 2 months ago, it was in social. It was a lot more active with MAGA people jumping in there, but not so much now. Just a trend because I noticed like before 2 months ago, there'd be like 4 or 5 people try to jump in here, but now everybody. I think there's a different mood setting with like I would say maybe 70% of America. Do you think that's a correct assessment?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to jump to that kind of conclusion right now, but I appreciate you bringing that up. I'm going to get to the next guest. I appreciate you, G.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be watching. I'm waiting for someone to come on, so I'll be watching.
I appreciate you. Hello.
I'm back. Do you want to actually debate now?
There you are. All right. What do you like about Trump?
Oh, a plethora of things. I could start off with his taxpayer plan, stuff he's doing overall with I would say tariffs, ending about 13 wars. I would say
13.
probably
Dog. We need to go
or
revise that
12.
number. We need to revise
11 or
that number.
11 to 13. Maybe 2 of them are still in the mix, but that's up to the Department of War right now. They're figuring that out, and Donald Trump, they're working hard to stop
I
them. So I just don't.
I don't give Trump
Yeah, go
any
ahead.
I don't give Trump any credit for doing anything abroad, by the way. If he's starting something at
Oh,
home,
oh.
If he's
Yeah, it's
starting a
quite
war at home, right?
hilarious.
Like if he's sitting here stoking the fires of political hatred and division at home, I don't really care. Doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, I don't really think so.
Weren't you
I
guys
don't think you
talking
know
about
what you're
America
talking about.
first?
So,
Weren't you guys talking about America first? Before Trump got elected, it was stop funding
buddy, it's
everybody.
always America first. It's gonna be America first until the day we die. I don't know what you're
I don't
talking
think you
about,
know what that
and it's
means.
America first for every American. So
What does that mean for you, Chris? What does America
it means
first
we
mean?
need to take American values before foreign nation values. Does
So
that not quite cross through your liberal brain
I
pathway receptors
I
or
get that.
something,
So
little guy?
why is Trump sending Argentina 40 billion? Why is he doing that?
Well, that's something I'm not too quite caught up with yet. I got to look a little bit more into
Mm,
that, but I'm sure it's for, I mean, if Trump's the one behind to doing it, then obviously there's something more. He's
there's
not
got to
just
be. It's
handing
got to
them.
be right.
He,
It's got
he's
to be good.
well, he's not just giving them $40 billion, Bucko. That's not how politics work. They
It
don't just hand out money
it's
left and right. They do things for certain reasons. So
uh-huh.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that giving $40
We know
billion
why.
to Argentina
We know why.
probably is for a certain reason. Would that be correct? What's the reason? Can you tell me?
Yeah. So Trump, remember the guy who handed Trump a bit, or Elon Musk a big old chainsaw? Remember that guy?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Speak.
He's the leader of of Argentina, right?
Yeah, go ahead. Sure.
You remember
The
when Trump
president of Argentina, you mean?
Sure. Remember when Trump said, "Hey, everybody, go invest in Argentina," and all of his rich friends went and bought a bunch of stuff in Argentina, and then they kept doing the same shit in Argentina, and their economy kept collapsing. This is Trump bailing out all of his rich friends who invested in Argentina,
boo
so they can
hoo.
dump their stocks and recover
That's
their
not what it is.
losses.
So he
Exactly
gave
what it is.
Argentina $40 billion so he could
And
bail out our own American citizens who had business. I mean,
they're
you
not all
can't
American
believe the own
citizens.
shit
Is
coming out of your mouth right now.
Elon Musk an American citizen? By the way, we're also going to
Yeah,
be we're
he
also going
is.
to be
Elon Musk is
introducing.
an American citizen.
I don't think he's an American citizen. I think
Pretty sure we could probably fact check that. He's probably been here longer than
doesn't
5
he.
years. Pretty sure he's got that figured out by now.
Okay.
Look it up on your little interweb there, dickhead.
Okay. Anyway, this is
Completely
an
debunking
effort
you right
of
now.
Trump and
Holy
a
shit.
couple of his friends. Like we're talking about a handful, not thousands of Americans, not millions of Americans. We're talking about Trump doing things like introducing cheap Argentinian meat into the markets and fucking over all of the domestic meat farmers. You got an answer for that one? Is that America first?
I think so. I mean, what do you mean he's fucking over meat farmers? I don't think that's quite the correct terminology
It
you would use there, right?
absolutely
He's
is the correct
expanding businesses in certain
Oh
different
my God.
areas.
All right. So now that all this cheap meat comes into the market, meat farmers have to lower their prices and compete with it. You are bankrupting meat farmers, bro. That's how that
Oh,
works.
so he's giving more meat market. There's basically more people in the meat market now. So it gives civilians more
Wait,
options
can we
to
do
buy
this with
different
China
types of
too?
meat.
Can we do this with China too? Can we do this with
How
our
so?
medicines
How
again?
so?
Can we do this? Can we
How
take down
so?
the tariffs now? Can we take down the
This
tariffs?
is
If you
you're
think that's a
talking
great
about
idea,
we have
let's do
people
it.
in a
Let's do
listen, guy,
it.
you don't know how politics work. You don't know how economics work.
Do I not? Tell me how economics work, man.
Well, I'm trying to explain to you right now how basically you think that because we're getting more business in the meat industry here in America, that means it's going to make the prices or it's making people harder for dude.
Making people harder?
If there's more people in the meat business in America, that means more opportunities for Americans to
Let's
buy
do this
meat.
with everything. Let's do this with pharmaceuticals.
Bingo.
Let's do this with cars. Let's do this with everything. Why are we doing tariffs? That's a great idea. Look at you. You're brilliant.
Oh, well, we are doing
You're
tariffs so we
brilliant.
can bring, well, exactly. So we're doing tariffs so we can bring those jobs back to America.
So now we got to stop bringing meat to America.
No, you just completely did a whole 360 on your little argument there. You don't know. You
Wait
can't
a
even
second.
track a debate.
Wait a
You
second.
can't even debate people.
It's
You know,
good to
I've
have
debated
free
people
market.
like Dean Withers and Parker and Harry Sissy Boy
Oh,
over and over and
man.
over again. There's clips of me debunking Dean Withers on all of his little
I'm sure
talking
there
points
are.
that he's got going on there.
Wow.
You know how many people support me and my community when it comes
How
to,
many?
yeah, well, a lot. So many.
Whoa. That's insane.
So you don't really know who you're talking to here.
Dude, I stand corrected. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Pickles.
No,
I live
and
in
the
a
thing
basement.
is, I don't even need to know who you are because that's just completely irrelevant. You know who
Oh.
I am.
Ah.
I'm the guy doing the talking. I'm the guy doing the explaining. You know who I am. I
Uh-huh.
don't need to know who you
Okay,
are.
so
Are
tell
you
me about
serious? You're a
tell
little
me again
peasant to me.
tell me again how good free trade is and how bad, I don't know, stopping new new markets from coming into the US market. Tell me more about that.
Sorry, can you repeat your question there? I
Tell
didn't
me
understand
how
it through all that
introducing
bullshit.
cheap meat into the American markets is great for everybody. Keep going with that. You're talking about free trade.
Well,
We're talking about
meat
introducing cheap
equals
products into our
okay.
market.
So
Go
yeah,
ahead.
meat equals food. Cheap equals lower price. So that's literally what you guys argue the Republican Party never does, is try to help people out with food and all this stuff. They're making food
I
cheaper,
love that.
meat cheaper,
Okay,
cheap meat, food
let's track
cheaper.
this. Let's track this. I love that, Chris. All right.
Yeah,
So
track it. You can't, bud. You
let's do it.
can't.
Let's do it. Let's talk about Mexico. Where do we get a lot of our produce? It's Mexico, right? Why are we tariffing Mexico? It makes it more expensive. We could take those off. It would be cheaper.
That doesn't make any sense, because we are
Oh,
getting, you don't understand how it works. We need to get a fair trade tax on them so they're not constantly fucking
wait.
us over with these prices.
They're fucking us
Dickhead.
over with cheap prices?
Yep.
Oh man, that's horrible. What about Argentina? They're not fucking us over when
No,
they're
they're making
introducing
it too
cheap food.
expensive.
Mexico's
So
food is
we
too
have to
expensive?
lower it.
So adding tariffs lowers the price of food?
Yep. Bingo. You figured it out, bucko.
How does that work? Tell me the mechanisms on that one.
Well, in the future, right now it might not, but in the future, once we have more of it in our country, then it costs less to produce and costs less to ship throughout the country. Okay,
Uh-huh.
bozo?
Okay, so making it domestically will just
Debunked,
inherently make it cheaper.
debunked.
All right, so making it domestically makes it inherently cheaper. What's minimum wage in Mexico and what's minimum wage here? Can you tell me?
Don't know. Federal minimum wage is 7.25, so I don't know where you are, but could be different, buddy.
Okay, so
Hold on.
let's look at minimum
My
wage in
mom. Wait, my
Mexico.
mom's coming. Hold on. My mom's coming. Can I mute for like 2 minutes? Wait, hold on, dude. I'm sorry. Wait a minute.
You there? You tell her Pickles says hi? All right, minimum wage in Mexico is $1.72 an hour. So if you were to make something in Mexico and ship it over here, it's still cheaper. So $1.72 is crazy, actually. I think mommy, he's trying to get his screen time. He's trying to get more screen time. He's trying to get the password. Sorry. Well, chat, if you're a Trump supporter, you want to debate, hop in the box. Come tell me why you like Trump. It's actually 138. The northern border is about 172. And the rest of the country is 259. Hello? Chris.
Yo, I'm back, man.
All right. Did you get what I just told you?
Yeah, what was it again?
$1.72 an hour.
Wait, $1.72 an hour. Where is that? Sorry, not in America, bud.
Mexico.
Okay, so cool. What does that have anything to do with
So
what the fuck I was talking about?
just like Argentina giving us really cheap beef, they could give us really cheap vegetables. Should we do that?
Yeah, I think cheaper food is better for Americans
Yeah.
when people, like you guys argue, are already having a hard time with money. So why not make their food cheaper? Would that not be the humane, Christ-like thing to do, dickhead?
Yeah, I agree. Why are we tariffing that then?
What the fuck are you talking about? We're helping the business. We're making the businesses both work better with each other. Dude, it's like you got your head shoved all the way up your own fucking ass. You can't even see straight. You got shit
So
all
what's
over your
good?
eyeballs.
Which one's good?
Coming out your own fucking mouth.
Free trade or tariffs? Which one's good? Trump's doing both. Which one is it, baby? Which one's America
Both.
first?
You need
Tell
to have
me.
equilaterally. Do you know what that word means equilaterally? You fucking idiot.
Equilaterally? That's the word you're choosing for that?
Equal, equality, equilaterally. You don't fucking know. Zip from zap, bud. Now listen,
Oh
you
my
can do a
God.
little bit of both. Biden had tariffs. Is that bad? Biden
I'm
had
sorry.
tariffs.
Biden had tariffs on things we were actually producing. Yeah.
On things we were producing? What the
Mm-hmm.
fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
He
like
put,
we're producing
yeah, oh.
EVs. Yeah, we're
Okay,
producing
so
all
yeah.
of these things that
Oh,
we're competing,
oh,
and we put tariffs on those things. But Trump has
oh,
put
yeah.
tariffs on everything, even things we don't make.
Yeah, so Biden was taxing our own goods. That shows you how much of a fucking sleepy moron CIA
That's what
fucking
all
plant
of
agent he
Trump's
was.
tariffs are. Trump's tariffs work the same way, you
No,
fucking
he is
silly
doing it
goose.
on the other countries, dude.
Oh
So we
my
can,
God. You seriously think the other countries pay the tariff?
yeah. Are we not making money out of it? Have you seen the new thing where every American here soon who's over the age of 18 and has paid taxes, I believe, should be getting $2,000 from all the money that we've made? Guess what? Guess how many people in America there are that are over that age? Probably 100 million. Now multiply 100 million by 2,000. Hey. Multiply 100 million by 2,000. That's how much money they've at least made
No,
from the tariffs.
that's not true. They've made $280 billion with the tariffs.
And they're giving that money back to the
Why would
Americans.
they do that?
Trump announced it.
That's
He's
not
giving
enough
people
money.
2K.
That's
Hey,
not enough money.
dickhead. Hey, dickhead. He's giving him 2K.
Wow.
Do you
Wow, wow,
not
wow, wow,
know
wow.
what that means? Can you follow simple little like, dude?
So-
Holy flip
So we're gonna
flap,
pay
flip flap.
taxes. We're gonna pay taxes, and we're gonna get
Yeah.
magically we're gonna get
People pay
$2,000 back.
taxes. That's how democracy works.
Wow, man, you're so upset and so loud all the time.
Oh, I'm not loud.
You're very loud. I have headphones on. I can hear you.
Okay, well, sorry. Maybe turn down the volume, as Zoran Mamdani likes to say, or turn the volume up. The little social democratic fascist dictator piece of shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, buddy, I know things. I know a lot more than you think I know.
I don't
I
think
know a
you know
lot more than
much.
you.
How much?
Oh, okay.
How much are tariffs on China? How much do they pay us?
Oh, a lot more than you would think, dickhead.
Wow, that's all. That you sure do know a lot. Trump isn't weighing doing it. He's holding this carrot in front of you. He's not gonna do it. A dividend of 2,000 a person, not including high income people. He posted on True Social. Oh my God. So that money is
Okay,
not paid for by foreign
Can
countries.
I do the
by the
bigger
way.
plate then, please? And then can
Are you
I do half chow mein, half fried rice? And then can I do double orange chicken and then honey walnut shrimp, please?
What's up, Artemis?
Hey. Do you want some fried rice?
Dog, I never seen someone so rude in my life.
Like I was just so angry. No, I was gonna tell you that Congress would have to pass for the $2,000 check. Josh Hawley tried to do a $600 check. He introduced legislation for it, but it's moving slowly through Congress. I was just gonna tell you, Trump can promise all the little things he wants to, but Congress has to okay it. They never will. So that's all. Love the late night because I was bored. I needed something to watch. So thank you.
Anytime.
Guys, double tap the screen. Let's get Pickles up to 30K and send in your heart me's. Bye.
Thank you. Yeah. What happened to our debt? What happened to paying back our debt? Why is Trump trying to buy votes? Didn't he just explode our debt? Wasn't the tariff supposed to do that? What's he doing?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, so can I ask you what your opinion is on abortion?
I'm pro-choice. All 9 months.
Like 100? Oh, really? All 9 months?
Mhm.
Okay. So can I ask you why that is?
Yeah, I don't give moral consideration to anything that doesn't have personhood. And by the time it has personhood, it's usually viable to have an abortion and not unalive the fetus.
So you don't think a baby that is like 8 months is not a human?
There we go. Hello?
Yeah, you good?
All right, say that again.
So you don't think that a child in the womb at 8 months isn't a person?
At 8 months, still we're talking about a viable child, right? If it's 23 weeks or older.
Well, right, yeah. So do you think a baby at 23 weeks deserves life?
Yeah, so when you have an abortion, it's a viable fetus.
Okay, but you said that you're in support of abortion all the way up to 9 months.
Yeah. Can you describe what an abortion is, dude?
Yeah, it's just the terminating of a fetus inside the mother's womb. Okay, can you tell me what an abortion
It's the
is?
termination of a pregnancy. So it just means disconnecting the fetus from the mother. So whether that results in a live baby or not is completely separate from the idea of an abortion.
I don't know if it's your connection or my connection, but like you're like lagging really bad. Like I only got like 3 words out of that.
So there are non-fatal abortions. Non-fatal.
Okay.
So when you're making laws like this, you're just fucking up people's ability to do those.
So are you on, would you say that it is the woman's body?
Yeah.
So if it's a separate DNA, then how is it the woman's body?
It's half DNA of the mother and half of the father. And if
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm half DNA
so
of my mother. And I'm half DNA of my
I'm unique DNA. Can I come take your blood from you?
Can you say that one more time? Sorry, you're like cutting out.
I am unique DNA and I am dying. Can I come jab you in the neck and start taking your blood?
Well, no, I mean, that would be murder. If you
No,
stab me in the
be
neck.
no. It would be just a friendly poke and I get your blood.
I don't understand how this ties to
Can I
abortion.
come take your blood? Can I come take one of
Without-
your kidneys if I need it?
Without my consent? No, you can't do that.
Okay, and do you think if you did say someone could have one of your kidneys, but like on the way into the doctor's office you decided not to, do you think you'd be able to withdraw consent?
Dude, what are you talking about?
Go along with it. I think that during a pregnancy, a woman giving her resources to another, like a fetus, should be something they continuously consent to at every moment of during the pregnancy. So 9 months in, 2 seconds in, doesn't matter. If there's not like a point in which they can't turn around and make a decision to still have bodily autonomy.
I don't understand what your point is. I no, genuinely, like I don't understand what your point is.
Do you think do you think that something living inside of you taking your resources, do you think that you should be able to consent to that every moment of that happening?
Okay, well, it depends on what you mean by taking your resources. So the baby, how did the baby get there?
Either you had consensual sex, you were raped.
Right. So let's say it was, consensual sex. So
Okay.
she made that choice to have sex.
Yeah, because it feels
So
good.
she should have to live with the responsibilities that come with it.
That's just you punishing women, right? Like the
It's
responsibility
not
could
punishing.
also
Having a baby is not punishment.
Yes,
you
it
could
is.
also be responsible and have an abortion, right?
I mean, no, I don't think it's it's responsible to murder a living being inside of you because you don't want to have it.
Okay.
And you don't want to bear the responsibilities of having a child.
I can tell you don't do these debates too often, but
Mhm.
I don't think you've defined these things for yourself. What do you think murder is?
Murder is the unjustful, intentionally taking of a human life.
Okay, what's self-defense?
Self-defense would be like if someone broke into your house and then you killed
Perfect.
them.
Perfect. Right. So what if someone broke into your vagina?
So you're talking about like rape?
No.
Like what if you invited somebody into your house and they didn't leave? Could you kick them out?
I mean, yes, you could kick them out.
But you knew what you were doing. You consented to that, dude.
Yeah, but
talking
I'm not
about?
taking their life. It's a completely different
Yeah,
argument.
what if it's snowing and volcanic outside? What if it's raining acid?
Then, I mean, obviously it would go through your house and you would die anyway.
No, you got a plastic house.
A plastic house. That makes a whole lot of sense.
This
A
is the
plastic
evictionist
house.
standpoint, by the way.
Listen,
guests. This is-
I'm just saying, every woman has the right to self-defense, and if they don't want to share their AC and their food and their blood and their resource and all of that for 9 whole months, unpaid, by the way, they shouldn't have to.
The woman is not being slowly, like, degraded
say
throughout
something
the
dumb?
pregnancy. It's not
Yes,
like,
they are.
You're saying
no,
something
they
dumb.
aren't.
Okay.
How
So
come?
no, do you
how come
understand how
millions of women
dangerous
have given
pregnancy
birth
is?
and nothing was
Yet
wrong with them?
that doesn't mean that it's not dangerous. That
1,200
doesn't mean that
died.
it doesn't cause lifelong
Yes,
health
but shouldn't you have to
complications.
deal with those responsibilities if you chose to have that
Why? Because a
orgasm?
condom breaks.
Yeah, but you
60%.
chose to have sex, so if
Do
you
you know
play
that that's
certain
not
games, you're going to win
consenting to
certain
pregnancy?
prizes.
No one at all. Are you a virgin?
Yes, I am, but what's your point?
All right. I don't feel like you have a great grasp on the act of having sex, right? Like, I feel like I'm in my 30s and it's finally the closest to reality it's ever been. But for you, never having had sex, I feel like you can be like, listen, you never got to enjoy this
Radstorm Crow super chatted $5.
forbidden fruit.
Caller, if I am in poverty, no insurance. Should I go into over 20k in medical debt just to mutilate my body and give up a child I didn't want?
Yeah. Having sex is part of the human experience. And if sticking your dick in a light socket felt good, a lot of people would die from electrocution. This is how that works. Human nature, people just have sex. And the more that y'all are in control, the less people even learn how that works. And even
Yes,
more
but
people
what is
get
a
trapped into
result of having
children.
sex? What's a result?
An orgasm. What's the result of driving?
Getting from place to place.
No, it's not. It's a wreck.
Well, you don't get in a wreck
You
every
can
time you
s-
drive.
Yeah, same thing with sex.
You can get in a wreck. Just because you give consent to the possibility does not mean you're consenting to the action. Just
Okay,
because you
but
get in
getting
a car,
pregnant is not the same as having a wreck.
it actually is if you would allow me to finish. So when you get into a car and you're driving a car, you're not consenting to getting into a wreck, but you are acknowledging the risk that you can get into a wreck. When you're having sex, you acknowledge that there is a risk that pregnancy can occur, but you're not consenting to pregnancy occurring.
Yes, but shouldn't you have to, shouldn't you take responsibility for that, though?
Responsibility is either you decide you want to keep the child or you don't. It's none of my
Yeah.
damn business what somebody does with their
No one's
body.
gonna follow you home from a car wreck and be like, listen, you can't go to the hospital. You knew what you were doing. You need to lay there and feel that pain. You need to take responsibility for getting in that car and driving.
I don't
It's the most
understand why
arbitrary
you think
thing I've
it's
heard.
okay to murder a human being.
I don't
We
view it
don't
as
think it's
murder.
murder. We don't think it's
Don't
murder.
think it's murder.
So what is
Especially-
the species inside the womb?
It doesn't matter.
It's
It
human.
does
Yes, it
whatever.
does.
No,
Yes,
no,
it
no, it
does. It
actually
does
doesn't.
matter
I'm going
because
to
if it
explain
was
this to you. I don't fucking care if a giraffe is in my fucking womb. I don't give a shit.
okay,
It doesn't have a right to
what does that
my
have anything to do with?
resources. You asking what the species is, you asking if we think it's a person, all of this is appeal to like emotion. I don't give a shit. Just because
Oh
it is
wow,
in
so
my
you don't
body.
care that you're murdering a human
No,
being
I
inside
don't.
of
You're
you.
not
Okay.
going to make me
Yeah.
emotional about something that I don't care about.
It's not
It
about being
doesn't have a
emotional, it's
right
about
to
morals.
resources. It doesn't have a right to my resources.
And we
That
also
is what
need
you're
to.
not understanding.
Are you vegan?
Am I a vegan?
Yeah.
Why are you? How does this have anything to
Let's
do
see
with
if you, I
I've
abortion?
just
never
want to know if you're
debated this.
logically
No,
consistent.
you're just throwing out a red herring because you're
No, it's
trying to
not a
get
red
away from the
herring.
This
main
is not a
argument
red
because you
herring.
know
This is
that you're
ask.
intentionally taking the life of a human being.
No. I don't think so, and I think that you're running from this hypothetical because you don't know how logically
No
inconsistent you are.
hypotheticals need to be said. Is it a human being inside the womb?
Yes,
It
it
doesn't
is.
matter.
Yes, it is. But
Okay,
why do you
so
value human beings? We're about to dissect that. Okay, are you vegan?
it has nothing to do with that.
Answer my question, bub.
No, I'm not going to answer a hypothetical.
Okay, I'm gonna guess you're not vegan. Okay, and I'm gonna guess you eat animals that also have sentience and feeling and personalities and all of those things. But you don't give a flying fuck. These things are butchered. These things are bred to be killed. Things are being given birth just so they can be slaughtered. And you don't give a flying fuck about that. You care about when they take shape of like a person, and you need to figure out what that is. What is that? You think people are intrinsically different. You give them more value, and the reason you do is because
Yes,
of
of
what we're
course.
capable of, because of the feelings and the thoughts we have, and that is not there until 23 weeks. That does not exist. All right, it's just as meaningful for me to jerk off and let it go down the drain. I feel just as much empathy for that as I do for a sub 23-week fetus getting aborted. It feels nothing. It's not awake. It's not asleep. It's nothing.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So at 6 weeks, is it a human?
Oh my
Yes.
god.
It is a human.
Yes.
So does it deserve human rights such as life?
No, and you don't think so either,
So
right?
why should a human at a particular stage of development, just because it's at an early stage, why does it not deserve human rights?
Because if those things were removed from that thing, there wouldn't be harm. It doesn't bring that thing harm.
Well, it's the same thing with a baby at 20 weeks.
No, it's true. That, I mean, that's sometimes
If
true.
you just take
Correct.
a baby out of the womb at 20 weeks and it's going to die,
Correct.
it's the same thing with a baby that's
But
1
it's
year
not going
old.
to. It's not going to.
If you
experience
remove it
anything.
from the house and throw it in the woods and try and make it survive on its own, it's going to die.
That's different. That's going to experience something negative and harmful, and it's going to go through pain, which I know what that feels like, and I don't want it to experience that. But when it doesn't, and it isn't capable of feeling that pain, I don't feel anything for that. I don't care.
So you don't. So you said you support abortion all the way through 9 months.
Mhm.
So do you think an 8-month-old baby feels pain?
You completely forgot what I told you about this.
Yes.
Okay, when
If I-
when we have an abortion at 8 months, that baby's alive, it's good, and the mother just simply doesn't want to keep giving that baby its resources or continue the pregnancy. They take the baby out of the mother. The mother is happy, and the baby's alive. That's an abortion. That's the kind of abortion I'm cool with at 8 months. That's the kind that happens. Okay?
Could I add something really quickly, just to cover this basis? I can grant the fetus rights. I can grant it rights at conception. The issue that you continuously run into, guest, is you're wanting to give it special rights. You're
There's no
wanting to
special
say,
rights. Life is the most
please
basic
allow me
form,
to
basic
please
life
allow
that
me
there
to
is.
explain. Please allow me to explain. You're telling everyone in the room, including me, that that fetus deserves to not only be able to live, but to take resources away from another human being, whether they want to or not. The same thing could be that, let's say, for example, you have a child that has a rare disease and they need a lung transplant, or you know what, let's go with kidneys. I'll be kind to you. They must have a kidney transplant, and you are the only one that can give it to them. Your logic states that you must give your child that kidney or they will pass away.
You know,
We don't
it's
do this with anything else but pregnant people. That's your problem.
you know, it's so ridiculous how y'all always resort to hypotheticals. It's
That's how
not that
logic works.
complicated. If it's a human being, then it deserves
It
human
is.
rights.
It is complicated. We live in a we are the most complicated, like complex
And it
social
doesn't need to
species.
be.
It is. It has to be. And
Protecting
I
human
know that
life
religious
does not have to
people.
be
I know that
complicated.
being a religious person, you're used to just looking for the easiest, most simple answer and just grasping onto it. But that's not how this is. In a society in 2025, we are much more developed societally, and we have much more nuance to this, and we're not barbaric. And we're not stupid, right? Because when I can ask you questions that would break this for you, I could say, hey, if you grant little tiny embryos personhood and humanhood, because you're just so attached to this idea that their DNA is human and that you can call it a human and that it deserves life. What about all these embryos? Then when we give somebody, what's it called?
IVF.
IVF.
When we do IVF.
What about all the embryos that we throw out in a petri dish after we use one or two to impregnate a mother? We throw all those out. Are people who do that mass murderers? Are they fucking Ted Bundy?
What is IVF? I'm not.
In vitro fertilization. It's essentially it's one of the best ways that we handle infertility. What they do is they might take out around 5 to 7 eggs, and then they're going to fertilize those with sperm, and then once they are fertilized, they then will implant several of the eggs at one time, because the likelihood of like all of them actually going to fruition is not high, so they have to do it to multiple ones, and if they have any left over, then they just throw them out because they're not needed, or the couple can save them in the freezer.
So the egg is not yet fertilized. Is that?
It is fertilized.
No, it is fertilized.
It's got unique DNA. It's a person. It's a whole person to you.
Okay, so if the egg is fertilized, then yes, and I believe that is murder. Then
So
if they're
people, in your eyes, if you were to control the law, now IVF would be illegal because it causes murder. Now we're bringing less children into the world that, like, from families who really want them.
I'm sorry, I like prior to this, I had no idea what IVF is, so I'm trying to track. So if it's literally like they're fertilizing eggs with sperm and they're just throwing it out, then no, I don't support that, not at all.
So IVF is now illegal in your world. Trump is the godfather of IVF, by the way. He calls himself that.
Okay.
So what do we do? What do we do?
Okay, well, I'm not Donald Trump. I'm my own human. I can have my own opinions.
Your worldview now thinks that science that brings life into this world is full of mass murderers.
Okay. I believe that abortion is a mass murder. I believe that women that are going to these abortion clinics are murdering somebody inside of them.
I don't think you
So
believe
why aren't you
that,
doing
because
more then?
why aren't you guys outside of IVF clinics for all those little embryos that are on fire?
There are multiple people that protest.
Wait, but here's my thing. Here's what always bothers me when you guys call it like murder is that if you truly believed it was murder, if I knew someone was being murdered, I would go into a building and I would try to stop that. But y'all get bullhorns and you protest and go, no, it's bad. If you truly believed it was murder, you would actually be trying to stop it. But you're here on a live where you don't even know what certain things mean, trying to state your opinion.
And you're virgin, and shaming women for having sex.
I'm not shaming women for having
are.
sex.
There are underlying shaming notions for you being like, you need to take responsibility for having sex. Dog, there are a few animals that just do it for fun, just like we do. And I can tell you, out of all the times I've ever had sex, I've never wanted a kid. Ever.
And there's nothing wrong with doing it for pleasure. But if you do it for pleasure, then you need to understand that you may have to bear responsibilities.
And that could look like Plan B or an abortion.
And like if you play a certain game, you're gonna win a certain prize, and you shouldn't be surprised and be like, "Ooh, let me go terminate this thing."
Yeah, you absolutely could, because you're gonna have to give it life otherwise, right? Like, I don't feel like giving anything life. And if someone told me that I had an 8-pound bowling ball that I had to shove out of my body in 9 months, and I had a choice whether or not that could happen, I would opt out. I would opt out.
A
just like every other
bowling ball
one.
does not have the same moral equivalency as a human.
You are not tracking.
You're not. Yeah, this is something you have to do with your body. You have something to do with your body. You should be able to choose.
Yeah, but a bowling ball does not have the same moral
It
equivality.
doesn't
Do
matter.
you understand what 10 centimeters is? Do you understand? Let me
10
see what like how much.
centimeters?
Yes.
Yeah, I know what 10 centimeters are. It's like 5 inches about.
Oh, sweet.
What's your point?
Have you watched birth happen?
I mean, not personally. I haven't had a
No,
wife
you
yet, so I
haven't.
haven't gone
So
into the room and
you
watched her
have to
give
be
birth.
dilated to a certain extent in order for the head to come through. But do you also know what typically happens when giving birth? They have to cut from the vaginal opening to the anus because the baby might be too big. Do you know that they do that sometimes without anesthesia?
Well, don't most births happen without anesthesia? Like, normally you're awake.
Fuck,
Oh
dude.
my god, an epidural is a
All right,
block.
someone paid
I
to
can't.
kick him. Lindsay, I love you. I live in Texas with endometriosis, and I don't want to hear this virgin's opinion anymore.
All right, I will hop down. As someone who, Lindsay, if you're in here, I have stage 3 endo. You're a warrior, you're a champ, and I love you. And message me anytime. All right, bye, Pickles. Thanks for having me out.
Much love. And thank you for men cry for kidney stones. Yeah, I've never had one. I'm fucking terrified if I ever had one. Like, it's like saying, listen, dude, you drink Dr. Pepper your whole life, you don't get diabetes treatment. Sorry, you need to live with your decisions. You knew what you were doing.
What's going on?
What's up, Fuzz?
I'm gonna stand by the greens forever. Greens look good.
Oh, the green glasses. Thanks, man.
Yeah. So the one thing I just 2 seconds. I wish I had come up why he was still here, but that's fine. The one example I love: if you have to make a decision, in one hand, a petri dish, like you were describing, 100 embryos, or a 6-year-old child. Are you unaliving 100 people, or the 6-year-old? Which one are you gonna do? I know which one I would pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd hold on to the petri dish. But that's all.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I just wanted to come on. And it's good to see you. I haven't talked to you in a while.
You too, man. You too.
I'll talk to you shortly.
All right.
Real quick, everyone out there, keep supporting Johnny's journey. He's doing some pretty cool ass shit out there. So keep supporting it. But with that being said, have a good night. I gotta go back to bed.
All right, much love, man.
You too. Love you. Bye.
Someone said 6-year-old is going. That's crazy. Can you imagine the non-existent funerals that would happen for the petri dish? Like, nobody in human history was like, that petri dish is gone now. It's gone. I had IVF and I just can't get over all those other embryos that were thrown out. And I just can't stand for it. Nobody's doing that. Nobody actually feels this way. And if you're actually being honest with yourself, it's bullshit, dude. Zooming in on the dish during the wake. 500 Zygote sounds like a band name. You can freeze an embryo, but not a baby. I mean, so embryos aren't humans? Which one is it? Uh-huh. When the baby is born, they better not ask the church for food. I love how their whole thing is responsibility. But like, you forced somebody to have a kid. Wouldn't the responsible thing to do be like ensuring those children's well-being and like being fed and stuff? The churches don't pay taxes to help the community, so that's their responsibility. I think we should tax the churches, honestly. We should tax all. I mean, I don't think it's even controversial anymore. Because they don't do fuck all. You've seen. I grew up next to fucking Six Flags Over Jesus. Like all these mega churches in Texas. There's no reason we should be reading news articles about them kicking homeless people off their steps during the freeze. While they have like Megatron fucking giant TV screens and wires that help the pastor fucking fly over the audience like Jesus. Don't forget tithe. Yeah. God forbid New York sees a 2% increase on taxes, but we need to tithe so that pastor can get a new fucking mural inside of his house. The Mormon Church is sitting on almost $3 billion, do very little. Dude, the Mormon Church is horrible. I think they're horrible. I saw some Mormons the other day. Loki pissed me off. Exactly where was the pastor flying around the church? You ever been to Plano, Texas? Some fun facts about Mormonism. Black priests, black men are prevented from holding priesthood. Black people are prevented from temple ordinances required for eternal exaltation. They think that black people have a divine curse and that there is a racial hierarchy. They're also against same-sex marriage. Gender's eternal and binary. They expect people who are gay to just be lifelong celibate. They believe in conversion therapy. They label same-sex married couples apostates. I think most churches inherently push authoritarian culture. It talks about it in the Mormon church, but I think all churches do that, right? Like, you're the sheep and the Lord's your shepherd. You're literally a sheep. They praise you blindly following without questioning. Yeah. Pressure to avoid anti-Mormon sources. Pressure to hide doubt. And then archaeological, genetic, and linguistic issues contradicting Book of Mormon. Apparently, like there was supposed like some, I think it was like some relative of a biblical figure moved to the U.S. area, and we found through genetics that wasn't true. Hello?
Hi, oh my gosh, I didn't think you were gonna accept me up here. I'm not a Trump supporter. I just wanted to let you know that you are my biggest hero. I love watching your videos on TikTok. You're amazing. Keep on doing what you're doing, and thank you for everything you do.
Thank you so much. Much love.
I honestly didn't think that I was gonna be like brought up, but today's my birthday. I
Happy
turned,
birthday.
thank you. I turned 27 today.
Wow.
And I just wanted to come up here, and I see your videos all the time on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok, and I follow you, and you're just the greatest ever, in my
Thank you so
opinion.
much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Anytime. Anytime. But I'm gonna hop on down now because I don't know if anybody wants to debate with you. I'm gonna sit in the comments hoping that somebody comes up and debate with you. Thank you so much, everybody, for the birthday wishes. And I hope you have a great day.
Much love. Have a
Much
happy
love.
birthday once again.
Thank you, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. I love that. Happy day of birth. Yo, I found a birthday cake in Final Fantasy last night. Excited about it. Y'all, if you want to support my stream, by the way, I do have a Cash App and Venmo in the bio. And it's just a link tree in my main page that you can go to and send me money for coffee or whatever. Everything helps. Or consider becoming a subscriber. It helps me buy pickle streets. Did I just scratch my nose to the mic? Yes. That is a pro move, chat. Don't try that as an amateur streamer. This is only ace level streamer stuff. Don't try that at home. Pickles is sleeping with her head, only her head coming out of the covers, chat. I swear to God, I can't make this up. Look at her little head right here. Pickles. Pickles. She can't be bothered, y'all. Why Dana Burns uses his pawns for 40 days? You should hear what Trump did, y'all. She hear what Trump did, y'all. He literally got caught twisting the knife and then firing people during the layoff or during the government shutdown. You should hear about that. You should hear about Trump just firing people from the federal government all year. You should hear about that. That sucks, doesn't it? Can you check to see if she's okay? She's totally okay. She's in a coma. Let's see what the ACA, the open enrollment looks like for everybody. See how that affects midterms. Didn't he get booed at the weekend during the? Yes, he did. Middle fingers everywhere, from what I saw. It's not the government about to be doing, oh, baby. Leave her the hell alone. Somebody sent me something on YouTube, but it didn't come through. Let me see what it said. "18-year-old cats." Wow. Somebody sent me something on YouTube, but it didn't. Get a coffee, not fake coffee from Starbucks. Thank you so much. I can't even see. Why is your name abbreviated? Dethroned by Eli. Thank you so much. I'm a secular mom who's raising my kids God-free. I love that. I saw a mom on TikTok the other day who was teaching her kids politics. Like, she was showing them clips of Charlie Kirk. She was showing them clips of other political figures, and like asking them critical thinking questions. Like, why do you think this politician would say that? Why do you think they would say this if they're lying? It was really good. God, media literacy. If we've taught that in high school, there would be no Republicans. Oh, by the way, toss me a DM if you diskey chat. Yes, okay, yes, I will, Cloud. Can I educate you? You seem confused. Please do. Please. Please, we're looking for debates, y'all. I look to learn every day. Here's an idea. Move the entrepreneur to hand out. You guys just insist on living in slums and then point at the slums, be like, look at all these poor people, look at all these homeless people. And then you're like, look at California, how many homeless people are there? And you're like, by the way, poor people don't deserve anything. Do they ever think for like 3 minutes consecutively? Do you think they like come full circle with a thought sometimes? By way of positive allocation of our own tax dollars, right? Thank you. Like, the second our tax dollars come back to actually help somebody, like feed somebody, they're furious. They're like, why doesn't Daddy Elon Musk get that money? He needs his $8 million a day. Daddy Elon Musk needs that. Trump needs that. He needs that for golfing. It's not fair. What if those people were given the money that went to Ukraine? What if those people were given money that went to Argentina? Because Trump's still funding Ukraine. But he's also funding Argentina, which has fucking nothing to do with anybody. Like, they fucked up their own shit. Obama built a b-ball court for 300 million. It was 300 million. And why are we pivoting to the White House? It's a rumor. It's sometimes reported as 376 million. But it was a multi-year White House renovation project that began during Obama's administration, but the funding for which was approved by Congress. That's a big difference. During the George W. Bush administration, during Bush approved it. The thing you're crying about. Oh my God. Bush approved. Oh, God damn. It was a necessary infrastructure upgrade, including plumbing, electrical, and cybersecurity updates. It didn't include gold. It didn't include a ballroom. I think a basketball court cost, it's like 30 grand worth of concrete, tops. How would it cost 300 million? He put tape over the tennis court. That's it? Oh my God. He painted the tiles? Holy shit. How bad faith is that? How bad faith is that? Let me guess. Next thing you're going to say is he used Dijon mustard. Because we got 3 weeks of Fox News coverage of that. 3 weeks. There was a fucking commercial that became out because it was such a hip hop culture. And the tan suit. How are we not at 50K yet? That's kind of wild. They said it was less than 10K. Yeah. Tapegate. I love that. God, I bet that MAGA's going to say that again tonight. They don't give a fuck. They're going to say that somewhere else. 300 million, Obama. Oh my God. The difference between liberals and conservatives could never be more clear. The fact checking. It took me 5 seconds. It was 5 seconds. You see how I didn't sit and stew and be mad over something that wasn't true? I just Googled it. I wonder how long that guy's been carrying that luggage. You're welcome, big guy. The selfie stick scandal? No. That sounds on par with like a good Jesse Waters slander. He bought a wheeled basketball hoop and taped the tennis court to invite local kids to play. Oh my God, dude. Installing a brand new outdoor basketball court costs 80 grand. Sounds right. Full size. I still can't get over watching Jesse Waters make fun of Biden for using a straw. This is the level of politics they're willing to partake in. And if it's not a turnoff to hear that, you're deep. I think you're real deep. Samesies chat, samesies. Guys, Final Fantasies, the their servers are down for another few hours. You're stuck with me. Seven is the best, but we're playing 14. Yeah, we're doing it. We're getting a patch. A little patch. I just read the upgrades are 75. Well, Chad, do we have any Trumpers that want to debate? How long do I do this for? At this hour, it's kind of weak. I might do a restart or something. I usually do 4 hours. Don't I need to sleep? I just woke up at midnight, guys. I have the worst sleep schedule ever. We just wokies, y'all. Guys, I'm wearing my sweet wolf shirt. Yeah. I pitch, squeal. Going up against Santana, Matt, Nemo, as well as Maori. Maori's on? Sure. Same, Jason. Same. I had this exact same shirt. You should hop on if you. It should be fun. Change of pace. It's not a bad idea. All right. Eli's on too. Co-host to somebody? Okay. Let's go. Well, I have to do it on my phone. There's Megan here struggling to request up. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Doing good. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I would consider it. You know, I believe, you know, with a lot of things, you know, that he says, I do have to agree with. But I was really curious, you know, you talk about abortions and stuff. Do you have an understanding of the medical science behind why, you know, what's really going on with the body, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
I have a limited knowledge on that, sure.
So you talk about, you know, let me think. You talk about abortions and stuff, right? So the human body is made up of cells. And even a, you know, spontaneous abortion, a neonate that comes out, it's still made up of cells, right? Mm-hmm. So I guess with that, wouldn't you be able to say that that's still a human?
I'd say it's human cells. I don't really grant things, like I said, I don't know if you've been here for long, but I don't grant things personhood. I don't care about them until I can empathize that they're having the same experience I am, and I don't think that's happening before 20 to 23 weeks. So same thing with like a cow, same thing with a, you know, whatever else meat I eat and you eat. Yeah, that's how you feel too, right? You don't really care that they slaughter animals, then you eat them, right?
Sure. So I was a 20-week premature neonate, and I had a 0%, or I'll say I had a 1% expectation of survival. And I've been a firefighter now for about 5 years, and I am in EMT school right now. And I will say, you know, and I've been fortunate enough to be able to run some calls with, you know, deliveries and all that kind of stuff. You know, with that expectation of, hey, you have 90% that a delivery is going to have zero complications. You know, I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know, I don't believe abortion's right. You know, I think that it's like what the gentleman was saying earlier. If you have sexual intercourse and you make that decision to do said act, there are risks associated with said act, you know, and if you become pregnant, well, that's what's going to happen. You know, you should be able to live with that.
That's a
And I
weird
feel like,
that's a like that's a huge jump, right? Like you're just saying just because you had sex, you need to stick around for the entirety of something's life that might grow inside of you, and also deliver it and do all the free labor and all that stuff. I think that's just a weird arbitrary statement, right? Like you have to actually make that make sense for us. I don't think that you can connect those two dots or articulate why that's the case for you. I think that there's no other case on earth or in life where we are expected to give other people our resources, our bodily resources, even at the like you know, where it would save their life. We still are not forced to do that. And then what happens in turn is not just that you're giving them the resources, you're also responsible for them financially, emotionally, all of these things. And these people usually do tend out to become into the world in worse circumstances, and they tend to live lives that they may not enjoy. We have plenty of that testimony too, right? We don't just have people like you who made it and are victors or something. We have people who made it and you know, go and do self-unaliving treatment where it's legal. We have people who become horrible people, who become Hitler, who become criminals, who become all sorts of things. So I don't think all potential is always good, and I think that we should be able to choose as humans when we do these huge things with our bodies.
that's an interesting look on things.
I also this goes into the sentience talk. I don't grant moral consideration to things that can't think, feel, have emotions. So when I think of something dying, my emotional response is, damn, that that had to, like, I can't imagine what that feels like. That sucks, you know, where you grieve the presence of somebody not being there anymore. But when it comes to like a fetus, I don't think I have enough of experience around a fetus to grieve it when it's dead. I really don't think so. And I don't think you would either. Like, I don't, when we talk to people about like saving 6 embryos in a petri dish from a burning building or a 6-year-old, I think it's very obvious everybody should choose the 6-year-old. And I think what you have to ask yourselves is like, what is that? What does that mean? Like, what do I actually value there? What's the difference? And I think that's what that is. I think we value sentience.
Okay. So I apologize. My connection's pretty poor.
You're good.
So abortion for you, you don't believe that, you know, you believe that it should be okay. And because of the fact that the mere, I guess, sentience or I guess livability for that preemie or that neonate is not acceptable, I guess, is not going to be worth it.
No, I wouldn't say that, but that would just be my counter argument to people who talk about potentiality. Like I still think that you should be able to make that decision. Like if a child is born with autism or something, like I don't think we should be doing eugenics and like unaliving the child. If you want to have that child, that should be your choice. That's all I'm saying. I don't think we should go around killing all babies. Being pro-choice doesn't mean we want to do it all the time. It just means we want to be able to have the choice. And what we've seen when we introduce pro-life legislation, it increases abortion rates because people no longer have the choice. So they immediately run to the nearest state and go get an abortion.
But don't you think we should at least give that infant or that fetus a chance? You know, don't you think we should, hey, I mean, why, you know, I understand pregnancy sucks. It's not, it's, you know, it's a rough thing. But with the stats, I mean, most 90% of your pregnancies are going to be fine. You know, why just say, oh, you know, it sounds bad, so I'm just gonna run away from it. I'm gonna abort.
It's not. You know? I mean, I'm gonna bring up a woman, but for you to say it's fine is wild too, right? Like, you're never gonna have to shove an 8-pound bowling ball out of your ass. Like, I never want to do that.
Hey, so I wanted to touch on the fact that you said, you know, like 90% aren't going to be life-threatening issues. The thing is, we can't always predict who's going to have these life-threatening complications. I mean, with myself personally, it was extremely difficult. I nearly lost my life. And I don't think any woman of any age should be forced into risking her life, because things can happen in a matter of seconds. Things can go wrong so fast, and we can't always predict it. And so why make a woman that doesn't want to risk her life do that? Like, go through that? That's traumatic. It's terrifying. I know, like, some women can like paint these rainbow sunshine moments for their pregnancy. Mine was horrific, and a lot of women's are horrific. It's terrifying. You have women that are in abusive relationships that don't want to bring a child into a situation they can't get out of, or are having a hard time getting out of, or having like zero support once they get out of that relationship. It gets very complicated for so many women, and so we should have the option in doing what we think is best for ourselves. It's not that we want to force anyone or encourage it even. We're not trying to tell women, go get them. We want women just to have the opportunity and to not have to go fight through court just to get like an exception to get one, because that can take months, and often that can be too late. So, you know, like Pickles has said, we're not for unaliving all fetuses. That's not the goal. It's to give women the choice and controlling her own body and her own future.
Okay.
And like also he said, you know, we have AB rates that have gone up because of the bans, and we have both fetal and maternal mortality rates that have gone up since we got rid of Roe.
We're also in the developed world, we have the highest infant mortality rates, and I think 1,200 women die a year. And if that's not a lot, I would say being in the military is not that dangerous, because over the last 20 years, about 4,400 people died.
Right.
So I'm just curious. I'm sorry. What should I call you, ma'am?
You can call me Kix, just to save the lives some trouble.
Kix. Okay. So Kix, what? I don't want you to divulge too much, but what was some of the complications you had with your delivery?
Well,
First, it wasn't planned. I'm type 1 diabetic, and I have a couple other health issues that put me in the high risk category immediately. And so I was taking birth control, it failed. Um, and just being diabetic was a risk on its own. I developed preeclampsia. And I feel really stupid saying this, but I forget what the disorder is called. But I was unable to stop vomiting the entire time. I lost a bunch of weight during my pregnancy, was malnourished, ended up needing a blood transfusion, which is very common. And it I also had to go through having an emergency C-section, which has risks on their own.
So your delivery, outside of the circumstances you just told me, yes, it was unplanned, but it went. Did the baby have any issues on delivery?
Well,
Outside of blood.
to not divulge too much because, I don't want to bring anyone's mood down. I was in an abusive relationship at the time, and the stress alone is, along with preeclampsia, which causes your blood pressure to skyrocket. When she was born, we both had risks because my blood pressure was extremely high. And then being diabetic, her blood sugar after she was born dropped dramatically because she was in my body, having to compensate for high glucose levels that were just impossible to get right being pregnant. And then, so her blood sugar was like 5, which babies I think are normally low anyway, but her blood sugar was extremely low, and she was in NICU for 12 days. She didn't get into a state of needing like resuscitation or anything like that. She was on some oxygen. She needed a feeding tube at one point. And she was born at 36 weeks, which is a totally fine number to make it to. I was trying to go a little bit longer, but those were just some of the complications that she had from being born, which it could have gone the other way in a split second. All I could hope was that the doctors were giving her the best care possible, and fortunately for us both, she came out fine. She's just too much like me, if anything. But she's 8 years old, almost 9 now. Oh, thank you so much, Jason, by the way. But yeah, she had her complications. It was scary. And 12 days going back and forth to NICU, not being able to just be with her at my bedside every night. It was very traumatic. It was very stressful. I was feeling like all of what was going on with her was my fault. I had my ex at the time telling me it was my fault. So pregnancy gets very complicated, and it can for a number of reasons. And it's not just the health aspect, or not just the physical health aspect, it's the mental and emotional stress a woman goes through having a child, especially when they need intensive care afterwards. No woman, if they don't feel that they are ready or can go through that, should be forced to having to go through that.
So I will say this. I do agree that you shouldn't be forced into it. Look, I think it's a crappy situation.
Yeah.
With something like that where it's a rape victim or it's an abusive household or anything like that, to bring a child into that kind of situation or to have to carry that kind of child, right? But I feel that I don't think that you should just abort them. I don't think that's right.
Well, it's never
I
on a
feel like you
whim.
should. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said, it's never on a whim. Like, women don't just say, I'm pregnant. Okay, let's go, take a pill and get rid of it. Like, it's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot that goes into just thinking about being pregnant. And like women go through therapy a lot of times. They are given the best advice and facts possible so they know how to weigh their options, whether to have one or not.
they get educated thoroughly on both sides, whether they choose to get an abortion or go through with the pregnancy. It's not something that they just I feel like gonna go have one today. This is something that they're doing because they know that is what's best for them. And it's not a fun process to go through with, whether you're just taking the pill or having to go and get a chemical. I guess that's still considered chemical. Beth might be able to explain that a little bit better, but there's different forms of abortions, but most of them are with the pill because it's very early on that most abortions happen. But like I said, this is not something they do just because they feel like it. It's something they do because they know that's what's best for them in their life and their situation.
Okay. Beth, I think you had something.
Yeah. Who are you? Who am I speaking to?
This is Patrick.
Okay, Patrick. Just a little history. I'm a nurse practitioner, and I am in a very red conservative state. And I actually had a very interesting case come in the other day and we had a whole lot of trouble because of it being illegal to obtain abortions here in the state. And what happens is, I know a lot of people are like, well, we don't need to get rid of the fetal tissue and all that stuff, which is all a baby is until several weeks into pregnancy. It's just tissue with human, what will become human. Do you understand where I'm going?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I'm starting to get it. Okay.
So I don't know if you've ever heard of these or not. They're pretty rare, but the patient came in. They were very excited. They had been trying to have a baby, and she got a pregnancy test at home. And here where I live, you have to have your family physician to also do a pregnancy test so that we can then send you to the OB doctor to verify that you are pregnant. And it was positive. But we also do what is a quantitative and qualitative. And what that means is one of them's just saying, yes, you are pregnant, or, there is fetal hormones in the blood. The other can tell you number wise by almost to the very minute of how pregnant you are. Well, we noticed according to when her period was and when she was, that something was really off with the number part of being pregnant. Okay. And so we did some more tests and sent her for an ultrasound. And it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life, because there was a gestational sac, which is like what would eventually become the placenta and everything. And there you could see fetal things that would be, I don't even know how to explain it exactly to you, like clumps of tissue is what it was. So anyway, we kept the patient in the hospital and we ran I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible, but anyway, ran tests over the next several days to see if the quantitative was going to go up or not, the numbers, how they were going to go. Hers were like going quadruple in hours, not just, and they were faster, getting larger and larger and larger. So most people would say, okay, probably that's like it's multiple gestation babies, right? And so we did do some testing on the actual fetal tissue, And what we found was it's called a hydatiform mole, like MOLE.
Okay.
And what that is actually it's a tumor. It is a malignancy, and it is a malignant tumor of fetal tissue. There's no baby in it, as far as that goes. There is not a baby. There is a lot of fetal tissue. Now, the only thing that you can do, you have to get this out of the mother. Minute by minute, you are putting this mother's life at risk, because it is like a very aggressive cancer. And the problem is, what you do is you have to abort that. Okay. Well,
Yep.
living where we live, trying to get a woman to get that done, I don't care what it is. Getting at what is called a DNC, which is ultimately a which is
Scraping up the uterine
ultimately
wall.
it's just to scrape the uterine wall, and that is what you do for an abortion. That's what you do as far as that goes. So we spent 2 days trying to find anyone in the state or surrounding states, and finally we found we're able to get her in somewhere in a neighboring state that would perform the procedure to save this lady's life, not to mention the fact to save the chance that she could have more children. Because if we didn't do it in time, she was going to have a full hysterectomy. Because not only now, she is not only not able to get pregnant for quite some time, if ever, because she has to have chemotherapy, and she's going to have to be on some radiation for that. And so the point I'm trying to make is, it is not so black and white. Women need health care. Sometimes a DNC or an abortion, or however you want to put it, that is somebody receiving health care. That is the same as if you had prostate cancer and you needed it removed, and us telling you you can't have it removed because it has fetal tissue in there.
Yeah. This also goes to show how inflated the numbers are in abortion in America. All of the DNCs, especially ones of the nature she's talking about, or just spontaneous miscarriages, those are counted in the abortion numbers. So when we say, 750,000 children were aborted, we're also, to me, in every case, are talking about clumps of cells.
Yes, they are. And I mean, most, like Kix was saying too, now pretty much all early abortions are used with just chemical abortions, and usually what we do the scraping of the uterus for is for spontaneous abortions, people that want that baby, but for some reason it dies, and you have to get rid of that.
How common is that, right? How common is it's like 1 in 4, isn't it?
It's very common.
1 in 4 pregnancies?
Yes.
So I do very much agree. If it's a fetus, or if it's something like that where, what would have been a baby is now dead and is now affecting the health of the mother, yeah, you do need to remove it, because at that point the priority becomes, how do we protect the mother?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's something that's taught pretty early on.
So
who makes that decision? Because you're telling doctors they cannot make that decision, because you're telling
Legally,
them
it's muddied the waters.
that you're going to get sued, your ass sued off, if you do a DNC. So who makes that decision? Because if you start doing that, people are going to be saying, oh, you're just doing that to cover your ass, and you're really performing just abortions.
Yeah.
Look, I don't agree with performing abortions if it's just because you just don't want to have the kid. But if
But
it's
who's
something that's
making that
affecting that
decision?
health,
Well, can we go back to what I was telling you? Like, there's reasons that are elective that are just as justified in a woman
Absolutely.
needing them.
Absolutely.
You know, it's not just about the medical and health risks. It's about not making that person take that risk in losing their life or having life-changing complications. And the jargon used in these laws by saying all abortions elective should be illegal, that's costing people their lives because it might be considered elective and it ends up actually being something that saves a woman a lot
It's
of
even worse
trouble.
than that. It's just complicating everything.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
time we try to legislate this, where you're like, here's the line where I think it's okay, like elective abortions versus wherever you draw that line, it's making it impossible for doctors to do their job. They're fleeing the states to the tune of like 20%. They're creating healthcare deserts. Women can't even just get a pap smear, and it's
Exactly.
costing more. It's just atrocious to the economy. The rest of the developed world has figured this all out. And I just can't see how it's still surviving here in America. This anti-choice, pro-life legislation, it doesn't work. No matter how bad you want it, and it just makes
Hicks and I
abortion
are
rates go up.
we're actually from the same state, and so we both understand. In the rural areas here, you are doing good to be able to find an OB doctor who is 2 hours within living distance of you. So
And a long wait, a very long wait,
very
months and
long
months and
waits.
months.
I mean,
Yeah.
so they're not getting prenatal care that they should be getting. And
Life-saving prenatal care.
right, there are lots of things that children should not be being born with that, you know, that could have gotten care in utero if they had only known it. But people are being run through like cattle, and they're not taking the time to look at stuff because they don't have time or there's not enough doctors. And essentially what they're doing is causing more collapse on an already very overtaxed healthcare anyway. Do you understand? And I mean,
sure.
I was
okay.
going to say, you know, with Roe v. Wade, we had federal protection by the second trimester.
Exactly.
And now the states have the choice. And now Colorado has made it legal to have 36-week elective abortions.
Exactly.
Because y'all gave it to the states. The states get to make the choice. This is what the pro-lifers wanted. And now you're seeing 36-week, that's when my daughter was born, abortions, fatal, lethal ones. Not just being born out in, you know, through C-section or something. It is actually lethal abortions going on at 36 weeks in Colorado. They passed it recently. And so I'm like, you know, this is what y'all wanted. And like before
And
we
my
had
oldest son
protections.
was born at 26 weeks. So, I mean, and he's a 30-year-old man now. So, I mean, I don't have any qualms with anybody, whichever way they want to do their health care. If they want to have babies, if they want to have multiple babies, if they don't want to have babies, that is their business.
Yeah.
It is not y'all's.
Most 60% of abortions are done after reported failed contraception. So like people are trying to be responsible. I don't think this is. I don't think there's any statistic you're gonna be able to point to that makes this look like everyone's just doing it for fun. And I don't know. I don't know. I think we've demonstrated it's pretty dangerous.
There's a whole
I
lot
feel
that
like
goes
I feel like
into
we're
an
kind of
abortion.
dogpiling Patrick though.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I just wanted to let you know that there are some very extreme cases, obviously, but also there are just everyday healthcare reasons why things have to be done. And it doesn't necessarily have to be out of necessity of saving someone's life or not. It could be that it's just not a good time to have a baby for them.
Right.
And it's not anyone's business but the patient and the doctor. That's my standpoint on that. So I will drop. Thank you, Pickles. I'm sorry I was long-winded.
That's okay.
Love you, Beth.
Thank you.
I
Love
just
you
want to
guys.
say something, Beth, real quick
Oh,
before you
yeah,
bounce.
sorry.
You know, I am still doing my best to try and learn more about the in-hospital side of things, you know, because a lot of what we get on the fire side is, hey, we go to a call, patients, you know, experiencing, you know, very short contractions they're possibly going to deliver. And, you know, most of the deliveries we get, they're smooth, nothing goes wrong, you know, everything's really chill. I mean, we won't even run lights and sirens 90% of the time because it's such a, hey, baby's born, keep him with the mother, keep him warm. You know, let's get him to y'all, and then we pass him off to y'all, and that's about it.
Right.
You know, so I guess I'm gonna try and do my best to learn more about it.
Definitely check
you know,
into
educate myself more.
The hospital deserts is something like Beth mentioned, is something worth looking into, like how many doctors we're losing because of this and how hard it is for women to get OB care because of it. That's something like she mentioned that I think is really worth looking into.
And another thing, we live in a state that has a lot of very, very poor and undereducated, and also with a lot of rape and incest.
Mm-hmm.
And it's things that they can't now. They couldn't run away and get the treatment if they wanted to now. So there's a lot of things that just really need to just be between a female and her doctor, and everybody else stay out of it. Because I promise you, most people are not going to know you ever had the abortion except you, your doctor, and your therapist or whoever else you tell about it. So it's really not bothering you or most people in the long run.
My big thing with abortion is I mean, I would hate to say, you know, hey, you know, I would really hate to say, hey, you know, I'm not going to have this kid, you know, and there not be a legitimate medical reason
But isn't
to
that the
not have
beauty
him.
of
But
it? You're a man, so you don't have to do that.
yeah, and I see where you're coming from. You know, I'd hate to just say, hey, I'm not going to have this child, and you know, something. I mean, that's a life. I mean, it's a shitty situation, but I feel like you should just give him a chance. You know, because
But
you may
you
have
get
all
them
the odds
here.
stacked against you, and it could still work.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
you get the baby here, and then for some reason, the mother can't feed them. But God forbid, we use SNAP or something like that to keep the child fed, right? By God, he was born.
And you know, coming from my situation, you know, it's the fact that you have men that are controlling and abusive, and if they want to say, well, no, that's my child too, like, is that right? Should someone like that be dictating a woman's body? This should be strictly up to the woman and their doctor, and the law should stay out of it. And if this is a relationship that is worth discussing with one another about what they do, it should still be ultimately left to the woman. But of course you
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
I mean,
you cut
doing
off on
that.
that last bit.
You
What'd
know,
you say?
that's not, I don't think that's any, sorry. I said that, you know, that conversation is worth having, but it ultimately should be left up to the mother or to the woman and respected in that aspect.
yeah. But like I said, as far as you and a partner or a wife, whatever, that's something you all need to privately talk about. And then the woman needs to be able to decide whether that's for her or not. So I'm going to go unless you have another medical question, because I'm not going to, any other medical.
It's no, it sounds like you probably just got off, so I don't want to hold you for too long.
Oh, you're fine. I don't care. I'm up all night anyway. So, all right then. Well, I just want to tell y'all about that. Peace out.
Thank you, Beth. Love you.
Love you too. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Yeah, I don't know, Patrick. I don't know. I from what it sounds like your last statement, it feels kind of like a mantra, or it feels like something you feel like very passionate about. But I don't feel like we've articulated like how this is like why this is like so morally like logical for anybody that it needs to be written into law. And I think this is, I mean, it just goes to show it's so controversial. We've been arguing over this since the 80s. And I think that just proves why it shouldn't be in the law. That we should have freedom. We're the freest country on earth, and we should prove it. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Just knowing that that woman could lose her life over the pregnancy, like I say all the time, that should be enough to say give the woman the choice at least.
I do agree with that. If it is something that is affecting the mother to the point where, the mother is at a risk of death or serious bodily injury, at that point it's like, well, okay.
Well, it could be too late. That's why
mother,
yeah. It's just that it's very potential. There's a lot of potential for that to happen, and she should not have that risk, is what I'm saying. She shouldn't have to wait to the point that she's coding on an emergency room bed. It should be, I know the risks, and I don't feel like I can take them. So I'm going to go through with having an abortion. Like that's the point, that she should not have that risk.
Hi,
or that
Mom.
worry. Princess.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So I want to talk to you about something you were saying in the comments. You're saying we need to separate these terms, abortion and the thing that we were talking about, right?
Right.
That is not possible because the legislation is written that way.
So I guess what I'm saying is that it shouldn't be.
Oh my gosh. You're wanting to change the definition of a word, though.
Right, which is really important, right? I think words are super important.
Or how about use the right word? I mean...
So I know, the interesting thing is that, first of all, your moderator, I just wanted to say, I'm not sure if you were aware, but they muted me from the conversation for having or expressing like pro-life
spamming.
opinion.
Just want to be fair, you were spamming. I saw this, so let's not be...
Definitely wasn't spamming. I was just commenting as I was listening.
Okay.
Like everyone else was like, there's comments coming really quickly from the same people over and over again, which I think is totally fine. But I don't know how you can have meaningful conversation about an issue in a forum you're calling a debate if you're not willing to listen to other people's points of views that are different than yours.
The debate's happening right here, though. The comment's not really the part of the debate.
Okay.
So
I do kind of want to draw back a little bit. With kind of what I was saying earlier, you talked about, the possibility of, the mother having issues and things like that. But I mean, we have statistics that show that 90% of your pregnancies are going to be completely fine. How do we...
Completely fine is subjective. So 100% of them have postpartum like emotional problems. Some of them are lifelong.
Yeah, postpartum depression. Yeah.
They have they are physically changed. They're everything from their they're downstairs to upstairs, everything for the rest of their life. So it's a huge sacrifice. It's not nothing, and it's just for you.
Are you saying 100% of women who have babies have postpartum depression?
They have complications with emotion. Yes, I'm not saying they have postpartum depression.
Have you had a baby?
No.
Okay, so can you really honestly speak to that experience?
Do your hormones do something weird when you're pregnant?
Your hormones change when you're pregnant. It's not weird. It's something that is designed to happen.
Okay. So that's what I'm talking about. I didn't say
So is it okay for me to say that trans people then who take hormones, something weird happens with their hormones and 100% of them automatically are going to have some kind of depressive
How many
problem?
fallacies are we pulling out tonight? Because this is silly. We're not talking about trans people.
But you just said as a man to a woman, you just tried to tell me what happened to me when I had a baby. That I suffered postpartum depression because something happened with my hormones that was, in your words, weird.
I didn't say that. I said
So
that
how
you're
come I
having
can't
problems with you
say-
having things that happen with your hormones that are different from every day. And if
Right,
you
it's
want to
not a
liken that to
problem.
people taking medication for being trans,
But
you
it's
can,
not a
because it is a
problem.
huge thing, right? It's a huge change.
Yeah, but having a baby and having your hormones act the way they're supposed to when you have a baby is not a problem. And it's not a guarantee of postpartum depression.
No, postpartum depression is a
enjoy it?
complication.
It's a complication that does not occur in 100% of pregnancies. So my problem with this conversation, and the reason that I guess I was blocked, is because I feel like, and this happens a lot, I think, in these conversations, is there's just a lot of misinformation being shared or
What? You're the
being
one
pushed.
trying to change the definition of a word. Like, come on, dude. We're being very factual
literally just
here.
had a
So
nurse
it's not
practitioner up here.
factual, but it's not factual to say that 100% of women experience postpartum depression. That is
I didn't say
completely
that.
not
And if you're
factual.
going
You
to keep
did say
saying
that.
that, I'm going to have to
He
correct
didn't
you
say
every
that.
time. I didn't say that.
Well, that is what I heard. So I am sorry if I was wrong about that, but having a child is not a guarantee of like a hormonal nightmare.
Would you say people enjoy the experience of the changing in hormones during pregnancy?
Yes.
Generally?
Yes. And you can
Okay.
make a smug face.
Would you
I don't
say you're
know.
being good faith?
Again, you've never experienced pregnancy. So I think that you've been told by a culture that is more and more hating children and hates the idea of motherhood. That it's a horrible, miserable thing that we should be able to just
That's
kind of.
us. I forgot. We don't want to feed kids, right? That's our side.
But
F
I
them
do
kids.
think there's a huge change in the world where we have a narrative towards women that this is not only going to change your life, but it's going to change it for the worse. And it's being pushed by people that haven't experienced it themselves. So
Did you listen?
I don't appreciate a man trying to tell me what my experience was during pregnancy.
You don't mind them
It's like
legislating
the
it, though, do
ultimate
you?
mansplaining.
You don't mind them legislating it for you?
I don't need anyone to legislate anything for me because
have.
I know myself that it's wrong to kill a baby. So I don't care what people say.
Not all of us think things with human DNA are babies. We're not Dr. Seuss children.
Right.
We
So
think
if a
little more
study-
nuance than that.
Right, and that's fine. But if a study came out, for example, that showed that there was consciousness in the clump of cells as early as 8 to 10 weeks, would that change your opinion, or would you still not have a problem
You would
killing
have
it?
to show me how that's possible, considering the cerebral cortex and the brainstem is not even connected. How is that?
So
even
studies
possible?
have shown that there is a implied consciousness at much younger age than we ever imagined. And you can laugh and think it's funny, but what I'm asking is, if that was proven at that age, is that the age that you would make the determination that actually this might not be a good idea?
Sure.
Okay, so I would look that up.
What's the source?
And you may be able to have your opinion change.
Can you tell us where to find that?
So no, because I don't know the source off the top of my head, but if you look it up and you look up consciousness in early pregnancy may be determined earlier than we think, I'm sure it'll come up. I'm not making stuff up.
I've been watching these debates for 4 years, 5 years. Never heard this ever.
It's pretty new. And I do feel like there can be respectful conversation around this subject.
You're getting offended really easily. We're trying, like, it's kind of funny some of the stuff you say. I'm sorry, but
I just think it's interesting that
Pickles is
women that
chill.
are pro-women don't have a problem with watching a man try to tell a woman how they should feel about their body or
I
pregnancy.
love a man that will advocate for my right to choose what I do with my body.
And you can.
He's not telling you to go have one.
This listen, I'm really gonna need you to find this source for me because I'm not finding anything. This is a huge claim.
I would love to find it. I'm sure that it's another thing that you guys will like snicker about in the comments or whatever, and your moderator will talk trash about, but I don't know how to search something like while I'm in this without just leaving the whole thing.
You can
You're
leave the
welcome
app
to
because
swipe out. Yeah, you can swipe out and do that all you want, and we just can't hear you. So
Okay,
you
I
can
will
do
look
that.
it up.
Eight. Did she say 8 to 10 week old fetus? Is that the
Something around 8, yeah. The first thing coming up in Google Scholar is 2021, saying the same thing I say.
Like, I don't go and use AI for everything, but if it's not even finding me a hint of the idea out that it's out there, I don't know.
I'll just say with this, I look at it like this. I don't think abortion's right, but I'm very interested on the whole fact of, okay, well, if there's a legitimate medical concern for the woman in the issue or the mother in the issue, then, we have to look at other options. But I don't know. I feel like they should be given a chance. Unless it is this mother will not survive if she has the kid. At that point, it's up to the mother, if she's even conscious, to make that determination.
So women should carry children to term unless it's going to kill them. It's just kind of a thing you feel
not
like
necessarily
should happen.
going to kill them, but unless it's which again, I'm not a woman. I'm never going to be a mother because I'm a guy. But
it's just not doing it for me, right? Like you're just saying it's a thing I should feel like should happen. It's not really explaining to us why.
I feel like unless there's a legitimate medical concern.
But I said, like, you can't always predict the life-threatening complication that comes up. That's why I'm saying women shouldn't have to risk. The keyword is risk here. That all women are at risk for life-threatening complications, and not all women should have to go through with that if they don't want to.
By the same metric, I would say we should stop glazing our service members because there's no risk really joining the military. We should stop pretending like there is.
I'm sorry, I'm having a trouble following that.
How many people actually die from joining the military?
Right now, probably very little because there's no deployments going on.
What about the last,
as far as I know,
20 years?
I'm sure a lot of people. We've had a lot of
not
shitty
really.
deployments.
It's like 4,400 people. It's almost nothing. I would say it's not really
That's
dangerous.
a lot of
to join the
freaking
military.
people.
It's not at all. It's nothing. It's in fact, you are more likely to die giving birth than going to the overseas. So I would say people are a bunch of pansies, a bunch of weaklings. Easy. They're on roller skates. They got cakewalk, baby. They're getting socialism for free, for doing nothing, for holding a gun, risking nothing.
So I'm not in the military by any means. So I don't know if there are deployments going on. I did see a comment pop up. I don't know with movements and all this. I don't know about that. But look, with the statistics that show that most pregnancies go off without a hitch and nothing goes wrong.
Same thing with deployments.
You have statistics to prove that.
Yeah, over the last 20 years, we've lost 4,400 people. It's literally nothing. We have 2 million active.
That's still a human life that we're losing. That's someone that's given the ultimate sacrifice.
1,200 women die giving birth every year. So if that's nothing, or if that's something, you should hear about the women that die giving birth.
1,200 women have died
every year
giving birth.
Yes.
Each year.
Every year, yes.
Mm-hmm. We are the worst country at it too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
The goal is to save lives. Being pro-choice is the most life-saving option to give people. And what about if you're so adamant about caring about life? Why don't you put more energy into like supporting programs like that are for children, you know, for feeding children, for educating children, for clothing children, for housing children? These kids are living, breathing, walking around and have nothing, but we're fighting for a clump of cells that are usually terminated at that point. They're not thinking, they're not, it's literally cells by the point most women get their ABs. And no woman is going to go often 24 weeks into pregnancy and get an abortion by choice. Like there's going to be a reason, a health reason out there. So there's not late term abortions just happening left and right. I know people want that, or at least lethal ones. I know there are people that are for that. I don't know if I don't know how I feel exactly about late term. I don't know, but that's not my point. You know, that's not the point.
It's an interesting discussion. I'm gonna have to do some more research on it. You know, I
There's
feel
a
like
lot
any
of
way you
things
spin it,
there's so many perspectives to look at this. And I can say, as being in the relationship I was in, if I didn't have the family at the time, I would have gotten one immediately because I would not want to bring a child into the hell I was in. So think about the women in those situations too.
I mean, I feel like with something like that, I mean, I don't want to be rude by making a comment like this, but what if you were to still have the child and maybe put it up for adoption or a foster care home until you can get in a better situation?
Have you
With
looked at
that,
outcomes? Have you looked at the outcomes of kids who are in the systems?
I have not personally, no.
It's real bad. A lot of them are repeat prison, like the recidivism for going to prison is real bad. They become victims of rape. They become offenders. There's a lot of things that happen to these kids in the foster system.
Y'all, I'm gonna have to do some more research on it and kind of find out some more. When are you guys going live next?
I usually do these every day, so I'll be live tomorrow.
Every
Come
day?
back for
Okay.
Pickles. Come back for Pickles. He's great to talk to. And I followed you, so if you know, if I can ever help and you want to send a DM, that's cool. But Pickles honestly carries it so well. I just came up because, you know, I like to talk, you know, and I have a uterus. Yeah.
I think that kind of helps. Yeah. Okay. Thank y'all for having me.
Anytime, dude.
Appreciate the conversation.
Take it easy, man.
Thank you,
Thanks, guys.
Pickles.
Be safe out there.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you for having me, Pickles.
Anytime. Thanks for
It's
helping.
always a
Pix.
pleasure.
You're the bee's knees. Love you.
Love you.
Dude. And we got Beth too. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Are you a Trump supporter?
No.
I like your
Not
profile
even
picture.
a little. Thank you. I took my son's Happy Meal mask and put it on.
Love that.
Hey, Pickles. I just want to say something real quick, and I'm going to jump back down to the princess person, whatever her name was. Abortion is actually, that is the term given to evacuate the uterus of anything, not necessarily a baby or anything, but it's anything that's in there that shouldn't be in there or doesn't need to be in there. Okay. I mean, that's just like when you do have a miscarriage and you need to, it's a spontaneous abortion. It's getting rid or shed of what's not supposed to be in there. So it's not just getting rid of babies. We just call it abortion because that's the fun thing to call it, I guess. I don't know. But it's just a medical terminology, and I'm sorry she wants to change the medical
I
terms,
know.
but
She said
you
for
know.
us to look it up. I think you need to look it up because it's not what you say it is.
Right. And also the well, people, you like you said, there's what 1,200 and something that go reported as deaths directly due to giving birth. However, we don't look at all the stuff that goes on around it, like women that get pericarditis and stuff like that. That is directly, it's a heart failure, and that you can get from being pregnant. That you literally have to have a heart transplant or you die. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes on during pregnancy that changes everything in your body. So, anyway, okay, that's all I want to say.
Thank you,
Now
Beth.
I'm really leaving. All right, love y'all. Bye.
Love you.
So I had jumped in during that conversation because I died giving birth, like flatlined.
So it is dangerous.
It is very dangerous.
Then why are you so mad at me for saying that it is a dangerous thing for women?
No, I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
Oh my God.
Oh no, honey, I never said it wasn't dangerous. That's not me.
Wrong person.
It is, yeah, wrong person. It is very dangerous.
Sorry, that was Princess Mom. Sorry, I was gonna show a shipwreck.
It is.
Sorry, that was you.
Very, very dangerous. So I conceived on purpose, did everything I was supposed to do. I flatlined 3 times while giving birth. And I will say this, is that I would have had my son. I would rather him live than me if there was a choice. However, I would never do that again. And if I had conceived again, I would abort. I'm sorry, but my body went through so much hell. I would never do it again.
I'm sorry for the friendly fire, Maddie. That's killing
No,
me.
that's okay.
It's still killing me.
That's okay. That's okay. I totally get it. I have people screaming at me online all the time. No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna ask you what do you say to that?
I'm sorry, what?
I was just gonna ask you, what do you say to that, Princess?
To what? To that she had a high-risk pregnancy?
I didn't.
She had a problematic
Yeah, I think
pregnancy,
that's-
a life-threatening pregnancy.
Yeah, I think that's terrifying, and I think that it is scary to imagine, or I'm sure to experience flatlining during a pregnancy. I also think that being pro-life, it's scary to imagine a baby dying as well.
Okay, but here is my side of this, is that if you and I were in the same position, right? I mean, in my position at that point, save my child, save my child, save my child.
Right.
Which is, I would assume you would say the same thing, correct?
Right.
But there are people that get into these positions, again, that have no voice. And so, is it save my child or save myself? And at the same time, when there are women that know if they experience birth, they are going to die and they don't want to die, that doesn't make them selfish.
So I have a heart condition that would very likely result in me having a devastating stroke if I were to have another child. And I was really lucky with my first child, which was incredibly high risk, that didn't happen to me. And it was something that was found out after the fact. And so now knowing that, it's my responsibility to not get pregnant.
How are you doing that?
And if I did get pregnant,
How are you doing that?
then I would not abort the child.
You would just kamikaze your way into childbirth? How are you preventing from having a child right now?
So it's not anyone's business how I prevent having a child. But what I'm saying is that I would, anything that I do or don't do, as far like being an adult person that understands the consequences of having sex,
What's the consequence of having sex?
it's the possibility of getting pregnant.
Orgasms.
Yeah. Okay.
Every single time.
So given that logic, should people not pursue medical help after they get in a wreck?
That's different. People don't drive with the intention to get in a wreck.
Right, and people don't drive. Like, I've had sex at least 5 times, none of which I was trying to have a kid.
Right, but you knew it was a possibility.
Right, and same thing with driving.
Right, but the difference is that the end result is creating another life. And so for me, it's just never okay to murder a human being.
All right, well.
Okay, and I get what you're saying. However, if you were pregnant and in a car accident, your family would know that they should save the child over you, correct?
I hope so.
So then, is it fair to say that other women can say, save me over something else?
I mean, I guess it just depends if you want to value, like weigh and value lives, you know?
So then let's say it's a single mother and she has other children and those other children only depend on her. And it's between her fetus or her life.
Well, I guess the challenge is for me in these conversations, in any of these scenarios, is that to me, it's not a fetus, it's a human being. So, and I know that's like eye roll to people that don't agree with that.
It's superstition.
But it's not superstition. So you had asked me to look up information about what I was saying before about the article that I had seen recently about human consciousness. And it is, there was something from Scientific American, there were things on PubMed, really easy to find, that were saying that consciousness is suspected to begin as early as 24 weeks gestation.
That's what we say. That's
and
what
pain,
I say.
Also, pain is now accepted. It used to be denied, but is now accepted that it is happening or able to be experienced as early as 7 to 8 weeks. The current arguments, so that was scientific, like same type of PubMed.
I know. I think you're probably just misinterpreting it.
Well, I'm not misinterpreting the fact that pain is occurring, and it is something that that researchers agree is experienced. Now, we can talk about whether or not people care or think it's significant.
That's not true. They don't experience it.
How is it not true if the
like,
article says it's true?
I just think you're misinterpreting it.
But how
we don't
can you
have the proper
misinterpret?
mechanism. We don't have the mechanisms that are able to tell us, "Ow, that hurts," or "Hey, there's a thing happening." We don't have that. So for you to say, "Oh, we found an article that shows things responding to stimuli," does not mean the baby is experiencing anything.
So the article I read, because I figured you'd probably say that, and the article I read, I kind of looked through to make sure that I wasn't wrong. Because
can you tell me the article?
That's fine. But like I said, I don't know how to get out of here. It was on PubMed. It was like a legit article.
Okay, the nerves in the brain are not connected. The nerves in the brain are not connected. You're just going to have to tell me how this is not something you're misinterpreting.
So the reason that I feel like I'm not misinterpreting it is because what it said in the article was specifically that in the past, fetal medicine was very adamant that there was no sensation of pain. There was no way that there was pain before the first trimester. And more recent research now has fetal medicine people in agreement that there is absolutely pain. The debate now is what that means and how like how much should that be a factor that's weighed into decisions that have to do with not just abortion, but
This is still a
very early
grand.
procedures.
This is still a claim. I really need to see what you're talking about.
But Pickle, can I speak on this?
Yeah.
So people say that now when baby boys are born and if someone chooses to circumcise them, there's no pain meds given because they say they don't feel the pain. Am I wrong or am I right? Because I am right. They don't do much for pain.
Do you mean that they don't feel pain or that the medication doesn't work for pain? I don't understand.
Say that they are not going to feel the pain and or remember it.
So why did they, but can you imagine like trying to argue, and I mean, this isn't, I don't know the religious aspect or anything of this, so I say it respectfully, but like, would it then be okay to just like cut off a baby's hand and be like, that's okay, they don't feel it?
No, because you're harming a future person. You're harming a person's experience later on in life.
But so how are you not harming a future person if you kill them?
Because they won't be experiencing anything negative when they're dead.
But how do you know they don't experience something negative during the process?
It's okay to cut off a child's nerve-ending skin and say they don't feel it.
I'm not saying that.
But they are a child, fully born,
right,
fully birthed.
Right. So I'm not arguing that that's okay. That's not my argument. I'm arguing that my argument is really more for compassion. And I think that it is definitely really, really hard. I am a woman, and I think that I'm allowed to say that I think all women, I hope, can come together on, like, instead of fighting each other over this, that this is really hard. Like, this is hard stuff, and it's terrifying, and it's
I thought you said it wasn't. I thought that I was a bad guy for even mentioning that.
No, so I'm saying the topic is difficult. Like, it is an inconvenient truth that if you get pregnant, you're pregnant with a human being, and if you choose to end your pregnancy, you're ending the life of a human being. That sucks.
Also, I am also a woman. I am
Right.
also a mom.
Right.
And I will say that no abortion is easy. It's
Right.
not like women are running out there and being like, I'm taking the easy choice. And
Well, I think they are, though. I think that's debatable, too, because I think there are a lot of people that are like celebrities that are openly really excited and proud to share that they've had abortions and they feel no remorse.
I think it's an outlash against the culture of pro-lifers, pro-force birthers. I think that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get a reaction out of those, and I think what we're also trying to do is normalize it in society, because the rest of the world has already figured this out, and for some reason there are weird, conservative, strange people that think that all DNA is babies, and that you assign human personhood to everything, and you don't really know where these bounds are yourself, and we can walk you through these things, and I can help you
speaking as a
discover
woman that's carried a child
I don't
and has
care.
seen a child moving on a screen like every other week from
I've
very
been a
early in
child.
pregnancy.
Cool.
Right. I just think that's a different experience when you see that this isn't a clump of cells, you hear a heartbeat, you realize that this stuff is
appeal to
happening a lot
emotion.
sooner.
Did you know that slugs, they react to pain? Do we need to save all the slugs? Are you
So
vegan?
if you had a cat that was pregnant and you knew the cat was pregnant, would you mind if someone came over and stomped on its stomach? Because there's too many kittens in the world.
This is a little too complicated of a hypothetical, because you're hurting the cat.
If it didn't hurt the cat.
Hey, I also have a child. I conceived on purpose. I got married, wanted to have a child. I conceived the child after marriage, did it on purpose.
Julie, thank you for the pay to kick.
And, oh, she went away.
Julie's in the chat. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna finish that. Had a child on purpose. Still think that women should not be forced to birth if they don't want to. It is our bodies. I had to have a DNR, which is like the little thing getting sucked out of you. Still
DNC.
would do it. DNC, thank you. Would do it again. I'm not going to go 9 months and birth a clump of cells.
I appreciate you coming up, Maddie, and thanks for sharing your experience. You too. DNR, hope not. Yeah, right.
I'm up.
Hello.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up? Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, one could say that, yeah.
Okay, what do you like about Trump?
Well, the main reason why I like him is he doesn't say it out loud, but I think there is a white nationalist element to his politics. And since I'm in support of that, I support Trump. That's the baseline, I would say. There are a bunch of other things, but this is
I like your
among
accent.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
Germany.
Germany?
Hmm.
The irony of
which
enjoying it. Are you also part of the ADF?
I used to be, but they're not radical enough for me, obviously. I do like the Anglo right more. I like the old right in the Anglosphere way more than the German one.
Yikes! All right, so you're just a white supremacist?
To some extent, one could say that. I don't really see a problem with it. Most other people are also supremacists. You know, Jews are supremacists. Chinese people are supremacists. I think my mom is the best mother in the entire world. You know, because it's my mom. Just how I think my race is the best race in the entire world. I don't really see that that's a big problem. You don't seem to be offended by other people thinking that.
You can have some favoritism, right? But when you're the majority, right, especially in the United States, it's very weird to be a supremacist. You can be proud as a minority, but it's like going around saying, I'm a proud straight man. Like, nobody cares. That's not a minority group. You were never oppressed. So it's not really a thing to come out and say you're proud of being that.
Well, I think you're appealing to slave morality here. I don't know if you are familiar with this term where people pride themselves with being victims. And this is what, the 21st century has all been about. I'm a woman, I've been oppressed. I'm BLK, I've been oppressed. I don't really think in terms like that. I think Americans should be proud for what they are. The real Americans, obviously, a nation of pioneers, of frontiersmen who conquered a big, vast land and turned it into a glorious empire. And I think this should define American nationalism and American patriotism, and not whether Americans have mistreated minority groups. You can talk about that. Obviously, I don't say that.
I'm not sitting here trying to preach that. I'm telling you that's why those things are problematic to come out and say, because there's history behind them and there's nuance, and you want to ignore that, and you want to at the same time gaslight us with this movement and also be a victim of it because we're sitting here reacting to it.
First of all, how am I a victim? I'm not playing the victim here at all.
You have the white fragility.
No, when did I say that white people are the poor victims? If all it takes to undermine white society and to subvert it is the N-word, the Schmolocaust, if that's all it takes, then we deserve to be annihilated, obviously, and replaced by BRK people and by illegal immigrants.
It's not that we need to just go and throw our hands
I'm a social Darwinist.
No, nobody's trying to do that. Everybody's just saying we need to acknowledge the past, and when people keep using the ways of the past that were harmful, like Trump did and like Hitler did with fascism, I think that we should look at those things, say, hey, we don't do those things. That's not playing right. When we see people do that, society breaks down, we have problems, and especially when we espouse ideas like what you're saying, like loudly alluding to one race being superior. You can have a favorite sports team, that's fun and games, but when you're saying race is superior, you're creating violence because we're sharing space, and it becomes violent.
I think it's the polar opposite. I mean, if you look at the Northern American countries, mainly talking Canada and America, those were countries that practiced racial hygiene. The Anglos went there.
But
they
now
said no.
They're the most diverse. Canada's one of the most diverse.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not.
Yes,
It's
it
not. You're
is.
wrong there. No, 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 no. People call America the melting pot. The true melting pot of the world is Brazil. Brazil is look it up. It's the genetically most diverse place in all of
Yeah,
world history.
I'm not saying
And
it's the
it's
most. I'm saying
horrible.
it is
Who
very
wants to be like
diverse.
Brazil? Sorry?
Canada is actually ranked very high on a lot of ratings, on a lot of lists. The Freedom Index, upward mobility, social mobility, they're ranked very high, and they're very diverse. So there's no real tie to these two things.
Canada used to be extremely white up till the early 2000s. Can someone look up how white Canada is? I think it might
and
be
now
still
that it's
80%.
not, what's wrong with it?
Yeah, it's getting worse there, obviously.
What's
People are
getting
being
worse?
obviously the standard of living is decreasing, social cohesion breaks down. I mean, it's abysmal. I go to a supermarket, I'm here in Berlin right now, yeah, I go to a supermarket, it will be the same in a Walmart or when I go to Tim Hortons in Canada. I don't feel like I'm in my own country. I feel like I'm in an airport gate. There are like 15 different ethnicities speaking 25 different languages. No one wants that.
It's what I do. I like it.
Yeah, you may like that, and it's perfectly fine, and you can vote according to that. But what I don't understand, I don't like it, and I want to organize my politics around homogeneity, and how is that a big problem?
I think that what that's called is bigotry, right? You're just like, I don't like it, and what I would rather do is displace people than come to terms with it.
Okay, then I am a bigot. What is the issue? All the other people are also bigots. Look at Muslims; they're the biggest bigots ever.
You're just condoning bigotry, though, right? Like this is this is the champion of your ideas. This is the hill you're dying on.
Well, explain this one to me, okay? The Japanese want Japan to be 100% Japanese or mostly Japanese. You have in Mecca highways that are designed for non-believers.
How's Japan
in Nigeria,
doing? How are they doing?
Just let me finish
how's
here.
Japan doing?
It doesn't matter how they're doing. What I'm talking. How does it matter? Wait. So a nation's worth, a culture's worth, is just tied to their economic performance. Is that all that matters?
No, that's what you're saying.
No, I've never said that. No, I've never said that.
You're saying you're a proud white
that?
supremacist, and you're like, why not? I'm going to vote this way. When I'm showing you your way doesn't work. Japan's tried it, right?
What do you mean it doesn't work? It's Japan collapsing.
They're in stagflation, and they've been there for a while.
Wait a second. Japan is the 5th biggest or 4th biggest economy in the entire
that's Germany.
world. Sorry, what did you say?
Germany's the 5th. California's the 4th.
Germany's number. No. The list goes first America, then we got China, then we got Germany, then we got I think India, then we have Japan, and then we have the United Kingdom. Look it up.
California ranks higher.
Well, California is smaller than Germany as far as I know.
But they're a bigger economy than.
Yeah, but California's not a country. Yeah, but California's not a country.
I'm just saying.
I don't know what you're saying.
California, being one of the most diverse economies on Earth, is one of the most successful.
Okay, again, California is not a country. Okay, I
know, but it's a huge economy. But it doesn't matter. I don't care what imaginary lines you have to draw around it. Look at the sample. Look at the size. Look how diverse it is. Look how successful it is. Now show me a country that's breaking because of its diversity.
Oh, you mean like the USSR? Like Austro-Hungary? You mean like the Ottoman Empire? You mean like Rome? Maybe like almost every big empire in world history?
Homogenous.
What? What did you just say there?
Rome?
Rome, yeah.
Do you
know how Rome? Yes, by the end it was as diverse as it gets. Yes, they expanded throughout the entire Mediterranean, especially into Europe, especially into the Middle East, and then they started intermixing. They started just like America does today, throwing out their citizenship.
Did somebody pay me to kick him? Oh, it's just $1. Germany's the 3rd largest economy. Dude, I really hope that this person is very loud with his politics in his dating life. I really hope he is. He'll be an incel. He probably is an incel. Most white supremacists are incels and end up, you know. Hello.
How's it going?
Going good. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I got a question from the conversation you were having with the gentleman before you got upset.
The gentleman.
Yeah, I would consider you one too.
Cool.
So long story short, do you know what pride is?
Mm-hmm.
My Mexican friend that I grew up with has Mexican pride right down his arms. Doesn't mean he's racist. He just has a lot of pride in his culture, in his race.
Okay, that's a
white people
nation.
can have that too.
Mexico is not a race.
Real quick, white people can have that too.
Okay, you're just conflating nationality and race.
Mexican pride.
No.
You never heard of
Mexico
Mexican
is not
pride?
it's a nationality, not a race. You
never
guys
heard
really
of
got to work on
Mexican
this, man.
pride? So you've never heard of Mexican pride?
I have, and you've heard of American pride, right?
Correct.
That would be the equivalent of Mexican pride. That's not white pride.
Being proud of your race is white pride.
So you just
It's
went
not
from
white
nation to
supremacy.
race. I want to point that out again.
No,
I'm going to
it's
help you
not
learn,
white.
Mr. Team Trump. We're going to get Post-it notes
Oh,
out
you're gonna
and
help me
flashcards
learn?
soon.
You're gonna help me learn?
Yes.
Are you gonna teach me about women too? Because you look like you never had a woman in your life.
Yeah, you're right.
I probably am.
I struggle real hard.
You probably do.
Yeah.
So anyway, like I was saying, are you proud of your race or are you not proud?
No.
Really?
What is there to be proud of that white people have done? Can you tell me?
I guess you. What color would you rather be? If you're not proud to be white.
I'm asking you, what have we done that's
Well, I'm curious.
That's
you
great.
said you're not proud. So
No,
what color would you rather be?
I think this helps my point, right? I think that there is white privilege, right? I think that's what you're alluding to.
I don't think you're getting any white privilege. Do you think you get any
admitting
white
that
privilege?
there's white privilege?
Do you think you get white privilege?
Of course I do. Yes.
How? Can you tell me how you get white privilege?
Every time I've applied for a job, they've never gone, this guy's name looks black. I'm giving him a call back. And then when I've gone to, I don't know, a grocery store, or when I go to a restaurant, I get a table. I don't have to worry about them giving me a weird table because of the way I
I think
look.
you are racist because I think every race gets discriminated on, not just black people. And I don't know why you just only used black people.
Because the dynamic's different. When we're the majority in society and we discriminate
think
and we
only
punch
black
down on
people get
minority groups,
discriminated
the
on?
dynamic is different, right? The same reason that it's frowned upon to go around punching babies, right, Team Trump? It's bad to go punching down on minority groups.
But you didn't include them all. You just said black people.
You just said black people.
No, that's what you said.
No,
I'm
I
repeating
didn't
what
say
you
that,
said.
actually.
Yeah, you did.
What's up, Anthony?
I was just kind of curious. Hey, Team Trump dude, how do you feel about mixed race kids?
I love them. I want to have one.
How on earth does that align with what he's just been saying for the last year?
I'm proud of my white race. Doesn't mean I don't mind mixing it.
Okay, but the guy before me absolutely had a problem with that. The guy before me, you're excusing and apologizing for, is an actual white supremacist. I would even go to say he might be a Nazi. He probably is a Nazi.
I guess you haven't seen what's happened with Paris and London.
What is happening over there that justifies him being a Nazi?
To be able to want fair immigration and have your culture and your shit back.
Dog,
it
he's
shouldn't be able to be
literally.
invaded by multiple
Did you
people.
hear the line of
What
questioning
if
I
you got
gave
your
him?
neighborhood invaded? Would you want your neighborhood invaded?
Did you hear what I said? I asked him if he was ADF, and he goes, "No, they're not extreme enough for me." That's the far right party of Germany.
I'm sorry, he said what?
The
He said
ADF
what
is
now?
not far right enough for him.
Oh, have you seen the new wave of TikTok drama that's coming out of Germany with white supremacy?
AFD, sorry. No.
The new trend is the whole Anne Frank didn't exist thing is coming back around.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's lovely.
So what do you think about the Democrats pretty much saying that it was their fault that government was closed and they're enough of them voted now, so it reopened.
Enough of the undocumented migrants voted?
Enough of Is that what Democrats are now?
Oh, okay. You're talking about the government.
Is the government unidentified immigrants now?
Well, apparently the government was paying for undocumented migrants to have health care. That's what they've been saying for the last few weeks. Have you guys Googled that one yet?
Wait, how did we go from race to healthcare? What?
I don't
I
know.
don't know, but he just said it. I didn't bring up healthcare. He did.
I don't know. You talk about the shutdown, and I'm curious. The messaging for the shutdown really struck a chord for you.
I just thought it was funny the whole time the Republican Party was being blamed, but then 5 more Democrats ended up voting with the first 5, and now they're being called sellouts because they wanted to open the government for everybody that was being affected, not getting SNAP benefits that everybody was crying about on the left.
Hold on. The SNAP benefits were only withheld because of Trump. We found that out. We found out that Trump, that he was purposefully not paying those and twisting the knife so that he can get political points, and you're still siding with him?
So then why did the 5 extra Democrats vote with Trump?
Because we had the FAA and like the airports to worry about.
Team, I'm a registered Republican who's pissed off at how the Republican Party has become. Not a Democrat by any means. I'm socially liberal, fiscally conservative. But what I wish that people on the Republican side would do is just even a little bit, go, you know what? Maybe there is some, even a little bit of admittance, like, maybe we could negotiate better. Maybe we could, get this done before it's the last second, before it's done. Just even a little bit of self-awareness. Just like, all I'm asking is just an ounce of self-awareness from the party that I am pissed off at what we've become. Like, why can't any other Republican just go, you know what? Maybe even a little bit of this is our fault. Even if I still disagree, why can't we just agree that even a little bit of it, at a bare minimum?
Because there's no reason to do that, just to make you happy.
Jesus Christ.
You think I would agree to make you happy?
Wasn't Trump on record talking about this? When there's a government shutdown, the president just needs to get in there and Congress and get them all together and say, hey, what do you need? And figure it out. And if it's a bad leader, it's a sign of a bad president when the government shuts down. I believe Trump when he says that.
Is that what he quoted? So that's something you agree with him on?
I think that's Trump. I think that's Trump's words
So
for
is
you.
that something you agree with Trump on right there?
More often than he doesn't.
So did you agree with him on that quote?
No.
You just quoted him and said you did.
No, I am doing an internal critique of the leader of your party.
So you don't agree with what he said, you just said it for the hell of it.
Yes, I said it so that you can sit here and see that all the things Trump says, he's going to eventually eat them. And you guys don't see how ironically we fight over it all the time because he's such a bad leader.
Because he doesn't know what he's talking about.
So why did the new prime minister of Japan, congratulate him so much? Why did every foreign country out there give him gifts? Why did they do so much? Because you guys will make excuses and act like the gifts that they were given weren't good enough.
They have to.
You realize allies do that with each other. Allies do that with each other already. Team, we do that with our own allies. We do. Everyone who's allies with each other and has a good working relationship does that with each other already.
Joe Biden wasn't treated like that. What did Joe Biden get given?
He got letters from all of the countries that he got. They wrote open letters and they said, "Thank you so much, Joe Biden," because they know Joe Biden can't be bought with planes and shit. They know Trump can.
Bought.
Yeah.
What country did Joe Biden get peace in?
What are we talking? Why are we pivoting to being bought?
Because how is Trump bought when he got peace all over? And the United States has never been for peace.
We're the most divided we've ever been as a country. Where is the peace?
I'm not talking about peace between me and you.
Yeah, I know. I don't care about peace. I thought America first was your mantra, right? You care about worldwide peace now more than America?
And Team, how's that war in Ukraine doing? How's that I'm going to end the war in 24 hours doing?
I mean, he's working on it.
But are we still within that 24-hour limit? This is a really long 24 hours.
Well, obviously not.
But he said it. He said, I'm going to end it within 24 hours. He said it multiple times.
Yeah, that's what he planned on doing. It didn't work out.
Maybe because he, like many other things, he doesn't know what he's talking about?
Okay. How about, what do you guys think about the BBC News?
Wait. Without pivoting, hang on. Without pivoting, could you just acknowledge that, like, He doesn't always know what he's talking about?
I wouldn't say he doesn't always know what he's talking about. What he does is he put very high expectations on the goals that he tries to do, and sometimes he doesn't achieve them. And but he does not quit at trying to achieve these
So
goals.
let's give you a scenario. Let's say my neighbor's car is broken down, and I say, and it's been broken down, and multiple mechanics have worked on it. Mechanics, like qualified mechanics, have worked on it for over a year, and no one's been able to fix it. But I come in and go, "Don't worry, guys, I'm the greatest. I'm going to be the mechanic. I'm going to get this car fixed within 24 hours." And then a year later, I go, "Yeah, it turns out it was harder than I thought. The YouTube tutorials didn't actually work."
Same thing.
Would you
goes
say
with-
that I didn't know what I'm talking about when I went to go fix that car?
Same thing goes with grocery. Same thing goes with every promise he made his first administration, by the way.
Are you going to deny his $2,000 that he's going to give everybody low income person?
It's now like 600.
Are you going to deny it? You're going to give it to a Trump supporter?
I actually didn't take his first two, and I probably will deny this one. Yeah.
Savage, who are you going to donate it to?
Wait, are you just going to move on and not address what I said? Is that how you're going to play this?
You really think you got me with that one?
I did. Why are my friends in Ukraine still dying because Trump said he could end the war and he didn't?
Because Russia is not listening.
Oh, wow. You mean like everyone told him they weren't going to listen before he even got in office?
Ukraine got friends and family in Russia too, right? So why are they doing that to each other? You tell me. Because I got friends that are Russian and Ukrainian, and they really wish both of their leaders weren't doing that to either one of them.
Yeah,
No
one
one's
side's not doing it to the
anything for
other.
Russia.
Yeah, Putin's the one invading. Ukraine's not the one invading Russia.
That doesn't mean that they both wish it wasn't happening. Does it?
Yeah, I'm sure that hundreds of thousands of Russian conscripts really wish they were back at home and not being sent to the slaughter. I agree. But they're still doing it.
Vice versa.
The Ukrainians want Russia to leave them alone and leave their land.
Ukrainian leader keeps coming to America begging for more fucking of our money so he could go and alive more Russians like a little bitch.
So how dare he try to defend himself? Do you believe in the Second Amendment?
You just said you wanted it to be over. Why does
do you believe in the Second Amendment?
Why is he coming to beg us to supply his?
Do you believe
war?
in the Second Amendment?
Check it out. If he can't afford his own war,
team, do you believe in the Second Amendment?
His own war. That's besides the point.
No, it's not. Do you believe in the Second Amendment? Do you right to bear arms and defend yourself?
Not wanting to fund Ukraine's.
Do you believe in the right to defend yourself?
You're not getting me. I'll answer that in a second. Let me finish. So what I said was, us funding Ukraine to unalive each other has nothing to do if you and Billy Bob try to break in my house and I pop both you motherfuckers.
Well, it does because one,
Okay,
we agreed to help.
nothing.
We agreed to help
nothing.
Ukraine. No, it does because we agreed. We signed a document agreeing to help Ukraine defend themselves.
Well, fuck them. We helped them enough. Get the fuck over. We ain't gonna help until the
signed agreement. So signed agreements mean nothing to you. Just fuck our allies.
So where does it say we end at? This signed agreement.
It doesn't say you. Hang on. You don't just get to back out. Team, stop interrupting.
So
you don't just get to team. Stop interrupting. You don't just get to back out on allies because it's inconvenient. When you sign agreements to help
team on endless funding.
Team, relax. First of all, you don't even know how the money works. We're making money off Ukraine. Second of all,
making money off war.
Yes,
who makes the
we're
money?
making. Okay, team, do you ever stop interrupting? Are you capable of being? I know you're an adult, so it shouldn't be hard for you to. This thing happens in a conversation where one person says something and you let them finish and then you respond. So let's try to stick with that. One, we are making money off of this. We are making money. And yes, I don't like that we're making money off of war, but it's not like we're just sending millions and billions of dollars and losing money. And two, we signed an agreement to allow them to defend themselves. They are arming themselves to defend themselves in their freedom. Something that you as an American should understand, right? Like, hey, well, I want to defend my freedom against anyone who wants to take that away from me. You should be all about that. They are an ally. You don't just get to back out on them just because it's inconvenient.
I heard you say that twice, but I guess you wanted to make sure I heard it again. So, how much of this piggy bank from taxpayer dollars do you think should keep funding Ukraine that you want your buddies to stop dying? Because the fastest way that would happen is if the United States stopped funding Ukraine and all these countries stop funding them for their broke back war.
So just let our ally be overtaken is what you're saying? Fuck the signed agreement. Hang on. I want to make sure we're on the same page here. You're saying, hang on, team. I want to make sure we're on the same page, team. You're saying, fuck the signed agreement to help them defend themselves. Let them follow me, take it over and genocide it. Is that what you're saying?
How much of the area did they want to take over?
The whole country.
Not true.
Okay, Putin's own words. All of Ukraine belongs to us. That was a direct quote from Putin.
He didn't want to take it all over.
So why did Putin directly say, quote, all of Ukraine belongs to us?
Maybe he felt that way, but that's not what they were going to take over. You could look it up.
I'm sure you know so much of the military strategy of Russia and what their strategical objectives are.
If that's what they wanted to do, they would have been unaliving everybody everywhere, all over the map, right? Not just in certain areas.
God. Did you like eat too much lead paint when you were younger? Do you have lead paint stare?
Who knows? But I wonder what the fuck happened to you guys. Because you think the corrupt government that has been set up to fuck everybody forever, every race, is just like Trump just automatically taught them all. You guys are hilarious. You got played and fooled. Yes.
Dog.
Yes, Donald Trump is worse
y'all were
than
crying
anybody
over,
in the corrupt
you're
government.
crying over Obama
Donald
ordering,
Trump is the corrupt government.
Obama
He's
ordered
a rapist,
Dijon
he's
mustard.
a felon. He's all of these things.
He is.
He's so
He is.
horrible. Well,
He's
guess
the
what?
most openly corrupt we've
Everything
ever
you
had.
guys said about him made his popularity get bigger. And guess what? Everything you guys said about him made him fucking win, buddy.
Yeah, this is the toxicity, the snowballing that happens
No,
in
it's
fascism.
because we could see through the bullshit, and those glasses ain't helping you see through no bullshit.
Hang on, team. I got some Pickles. You're going to enjoy this. You're probably not going to be surprised.
Pickles?
Team.
That's why
do
you
you
call
think?
yourself Pickles.
Hang on,
A nickname named Pickles.
Team, I have a
means
question for
ain't
you.
Getting no women. Pickles.
Team, I have a question for you, team. Let's say someone wants to run for office like Congress or Senate in the Republican Party, but the only way that they can get funding is if the people who are the donors say, hey, in order to get this funding for us to help you get into office, we'll give you millions of dollars, but you have to bend the knee and support this thing. You have to support this one thing or this one person. Do you think that's acceptable to start off a campaign like that in politics to be bought out for millions of dollars?
So you're saying Trump was bought out?
No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm not implying anyone. I'm just asking, do you think something like that would be acceptable?
I think that it would be wild. And whoever did it is crap. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was trying to run for Congress and I had multiple people, multiple donors. Pickles, this is the part you're going to love. I had multiple donors say that they were going to donate millions of dollars to help me run out the Republican candidate and replace him as a Republican for my congressional district. I was told that in order to do so, I had to bend the knee and essentially suck Trump's dick. I refused, and I was told nobody would give me funding because of it. So because I would not fall in line and be bought out, which is the whole reason I'm running, is because I don't like how politics is right now. Because I wouldn't sell out and I want to fix the Republican Party,
Well, see,
I lost
that's
the
because
potential
you
for
think
millions
it's
of dollars in
broken, and
donations.
the people that were going to fund you don't think that your way of fixing it was the right way. So that's why you lost all the money. If you would have hopped on board with fixing it the way,
Wait. So you're saying that I should have just sold out and just been a sellout
your
and
opinion.
dropped all my morals and values to suck Trump's dick for millions of dollars?
No, just be a Democrat. Don't act
But
like
I'm
you're
not
a
a Democrat.
Republican. Then don't
But I'm
act
not a
like a
Democrat.
Republican.
But I'm not a Democrat.
Okay, so what's Trump?
I'm a traditional
Somebody
conservative.
that's been shitting on gold toilets for 40 years, you could do a better job. That's a narcissist. Anybody that thinks they're smarter and knows more in these little fucking TikTok podcasts are fucking narcissists. You guys are clowns, bro. You guys do not know
who do you
shit
think?
compared
Let's
to
compare.
Donald Trump.
Let's
and his sons.
compare. Hang
Aaron
on.
Trump is worth $150 million, bro.
Oh yeah, Daddy's
Way
Nepo
more
money.
than that, dude. You're
Daddy's
fucking
Nepo
insane.
money. Team,
So
let's see
you
who's
guys
more
is
qualified to work in the
clowns, bro.
government. Hang on, team. Who is more qualified for the government? You already know, I'm sure, Trump's background. Let's see who's more qualified. I served 10 years in the United States Marine Corps doing combat marksmanship instruction and doctrine development. Many of the things I helped develop
slow
were
that
going to
down a
train
little
Marines.
bit. Slow that down a
I
little
served
bit. You
10
sound like-
years. I served 10 years in the Marine Corps doing combat marksmanship instruction, teaching
I
people how to
couldn't
unalive
even
terrorists.
understand the last
and
three. Marksmanship contra and what?
Marksmanship instruction. I taught people how to shoot terrorists. I taught people how to
Okay, there you
unalive our
go.
enemies. I also did doctrine development, meaning many of the courses of fire and doctrine that I helped develop will go on to train Marines for decades to come.
Nice.
I
I like
also have
that.
over a decade in geopolitical and foreign affairs experience,
How old
working at
are
a
you?
state level and working with multiple government officials and senatorial and congressional teams.
Because you sound young.
I've
How
done
old are you?
31.
31. So you said 12 years. So since you were 17.
What?
31.
I said
You
10 years.
You said the next one. You said 12. You said 10.
No, I never said the word 12.
Okay, you said marksman. I've been teaching people how to unalive T
And
groups for 10 years.
doctrine development as well, creating military doctrine, meaning I have
And
to
then
know
you
about our
said for
foreign
12.
adversaries and their
If you could go back and
capabilities.
rewind this and listen to it, bro. I was
Sure.
listening to you. You said 10 and 12. Anyway, keep
I'm
going.
sure you have.
Anyway, keep going.
Who has more experience dealing with stuff like foreign relations and internal affairs? Someone who's done this for a career for the last decade and has worked on a government and international level,
Pete
working with
Hegseth.
multiple countries.
I think Pete Hegseth has more.
I am more qualified than Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth was literally a company commander.
That's a
No,
narcissist.
it's called calling a spade a spade. Pete Hegseth is a moron.
That's your opinion.
Oh my
Now,
God.
Pete is in the position he's in for a reason.
I know my pickles. I know my parents went down the MAGA route, but I'm glad they're at least not this far down yet. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I don't think I could talk to my parents if it was like this.
Okay, so anytime any other country gives Trump credit, you guys nuke it. Anytime he's congratulated for anything he does, you guys nuke it. I mean, if Joe Biden did some alright shit, we're gonna give him some credit for
Trump
it. Whatever.
is the most inflammatory person to ever hold a microphone in our politics. So yes, he's hated.
Inflammatory?
Yes.
He is not inflammatory.
Team, if Trump, I see Trump as a broken clock. He's right twice a day. But I will give him credit where it's due and when he does something correct. But I'm going to be a proper, decent person and consistent. And when he fucks something up, I'm going to hold him accountable.
Are you going to be honest? What do you think about Thailand and Cambodia? Are you going to be honest? Would you like world peace, or would you just like everybody unaliving each other around the world? I'm just curious. If you had
are we just doing that thing again where you just ignore everything I said?
What did you just say?
Team, I want you. Let's see how well your listening comprehension skills are. What did I just say? Team, what was it I just said?
About the marksman, and you could be more creditable than who? Than Trump? Because you were in the military for 10 years.
Team, do you know where you are right now?
Is that what you said?
Okay?
Right?
Trump was a game show host.
That's what you said, right? You thought you'd be more credible to be the president than Trump because
than a game show host
in the military for 10 years. He's a billionaire, bro. That's what it is.
He's made most of his billions as president. Yeah, he's conned the American public into making billions.
No, you know why he even got into crypto? Because J.P. Morgan debanked him and his family, you dumb fuck. Or he wouldn't even.
I wonder if it's because he's fucking doing fraud.
No, it's because they wanted to fuck with the players' money because J.P. Morgan is caught up in Epstein's motherfucking shit too. That's why they got sued for how much money? How much money did they get sued for laundering Epstein's
poor
money?
Trump is the victim of this whole Epstein thing. You're right.
Well, it's just a coincidence that J.P. Morgan helped launder Epstein's money and they debanked Trump because they didn't want him to win. Is that just a coincidence?
So did Trump use the arm of the federal government to hurt J.P. Morgan?
What did he do to hurt J.P. Morgan? You tell me.
He did say things to hurt them financially.
Team, how about this? If it comes out, if it comes out that Trump is in fact on the Epstein list and did do horrible things, would you condemn it?
Yeah, most definitely. But I know Obama could have arrested him, and so could Bill Clinton. But guess what? Everybody thinks Bill Clinton was on his island, so Bill Clinton wouldn't arrest him. And if Obama and Bill Clinton are really good friends and they promoted for Kamala Harris to win, then they wouldn't have wanted Trump to win. And Obama, who knows if he's on the list, because his homie that he's with all the time is said he's on the list. So think about it. The one guy that is not friends with Hillary, Joe, Obama, Bill, none of them.
Best friends with Epstein. Best friends for 10 years.
If he was so close of friends, why? Real quick, then why did he get arrested under Donald Trump's administration, bro? If they were so close of friends, if they were so close of friends, why did the FBI raid all three mansions and take him and his bitch to prison?
Maybe Trump's worried that he's going to get caught up in it.
If you were worried, you would have just let him escape, just like every other president.
It's almost
did.
like Trump is
If you
still
were
hiding all that
if you
stuff.
were involved in it, you would have just let him go, just like every
would have
other
let him
Hasn't he
president
go?
released
did.
the files then? Why?
That's very
Why isn't he
suspicious.
released
If you
the
were
files?
corrupt in it, you wouldn't have arrested him, just like Obama or Bill Clinton didn't, because they're corrupt and they didn't.
Team, but hold on. Let's go again. We're back now at
So
things
if
Trump
he
said
was
he would do, but he
if
didn't.
he was
Hang
doing
on.
the same thing Bill was doing, then he wouldn't have arrested him under his administration, correct? That's what your guys' theory.
This didn't happen. We didn't find out about this until after Trump, right? It was 2019.
No. They knew about Epstein for a long time, buddy. Not
No.
way before, not just Trump. Bullshit.
No. This blew open in 2019.
That's
so
when
you
it
can't
blew
you can't
open.
say that Obama was negligent.
That's
Can't say that.
That's when it blew open.
Yes,
But
that's when he was indicted.
people, dude, anybody that went to Jeffrey Epstein's mansion, okay, the whole time he was doing this before he was arrested, saw that painting of Bill Clinton in a blue dress and
Is that Obama or is that Trump?
I just said Obama.
That's Trump.
I just
That's
said Bill
Trump.
Clinton. Bill Clinton was
Trump.
That wasn't Trump wearing a blue dress and
Trump
red
didn't
heels.
say
fucker.
anything? That's wild. Trump didn't say anything about Bill Clinton in his mansion? He didn't go and like in his first term be like, yeah, get that motherfucker.
Did you just hear me say that was Bill Clinton in a blue dress and red heels over Epstein's fireplace?
Yes,
and
I
everybody
know.
that went there saw those
And
pictures.
even Trump saw that.
Okay, when do you think that picture was placed in there?
Okay.
Do you think it was placed in there after him and Trump were?
You see what you just did there?
That picture could have been placed in there after him and Trump weren't friends anymore. Could it have been?
Sure. That'd be very convenient for you.
I mean, is that a possibility?
No.
It is. Very well a possibility. Okay, and is it just a coincidence he had a picture of Bill Clinton holding paper airplanes with build-a-block walls?
Don't we have like a
when
birthday
George
card?
Bush was the president during 9/11.
Don't we have Trump on record saying he likes women, mostly on the younger side?
I mean, we have him on record. We have him on record walking into a teenage beauty pageant.
Dude, after a woman has menopause, bro, she's done. Okay.
Oh my god, dude. All
You
right.
think she's ready to have babies and create a
This is
family
so
with you and get
problematic,
married?
dude. This is so
Do you
problematic.
think after a woman has menopause, she's ready to get married and have kids?
Team, are you married?
No, you're
but
just
I've had
saying
a lot of fun.
when we're talking about on the younger side, we're talking about like the women in the pictures that we see Trump with and Trump with like the teen beauty pageants and stuff and bragging about how he likes to walk in on them.
Yeah, team, are you a father?
Yeah, my son's 25.
Okay, let's just imagine you had a daughter. If you found out, let's say you found out that a man is, hang on. Let's say you have a daughter. Let's say a man openly tells you to your face that he walked in on your teenage daughter changing and enjoyed it and stood there and stared. What would you do?
Yeah, me and Trump would have a problem, but that didn't happen. Trump didn't walk in on my shit, dog.
Pickles, can you play? Can you play the? Can you just play the clip of him admitting that, please?
I've already heard the clip. Every Democrat's let me hear it. I just said.
Wait. You mean you've already heard the man admitting to walking in on teenage girls changing and staring at them and enjoying it, and you have no problem with that?
And there's no way he's doing the shit with Epstein, by the way. No way.
Well,
this is absurd.
What? Wait. I just want Team to acknowledge that he admits that he has no problem with Trump doing that unless it's his kid. It's fine for other kids.
If that really happened, it's not cool. But guess what? Who else do we got to take down the deep state, bro?
My god.
Oh my
Trump
god.
is the deep state. There's an Epstein class, and then there's us.
See, that's what I'm saying, bro. You gotta wipe those glasses, wipe the fog off, because you gotta see the light, bro.
Trump is openly doing the corruption in front of us, and you're just going,
You are
everybody does that.
hilarious.
I'm cheering for this.
You
This
are
is my team.
hilarious.
I like it when it's my team. That's
You
what
are
you're doing.
hilarious.
I love it when Trump gets $400 million jets. I love it when Trump does giant, huge ballrooms and huge weird money scandals
Bro,
with
when we have
crypto
foreign,
coin.
when we
I
have
love
foreign
that.
leaders come to the White House, we do it in a fucking tent. You know how ghetto that is? We need a fucking ballroom.
He's got
look it up.
spray-painted fucking Home Depot ornaments, man.
Look it up, bro.
He's
we
got
do it in
spray-painted
canopies.
Home Depot ornaments. He spray-painted them
Now you
gold.
wanna Now you're deflecting.
That's not
Hey,
nice.
hold on.
That's
I
a
like him.
Okay, so why don't you just respond to what I said? Do you
I
think
just
foreign leaders
said.
should come have meetings in fucking tents?
No, I think what we're doing is Trump is putting
Dude,
all this
Trump's whole
gold.
mansion is
Hold on.
real gold. You
Yeah, I
dumb
know.
fuck.
I know. Trump is putting all of these things around him because he is so
Clown.
deeply insecure. He needs this, just like every good mafia boss, every good dictator. They need all this lavish shit and that demands respect. This shows you how gold, like how rich they are. It's insecurity. It's insecurity. You think Obama needed that when he was fucking doing Iran nuclear deal, when he was negotiating with other world
he was
leaders?
just
You think he
accidentally
fucking
calling
needed that?
He was just accidentally calling his wife Michael.
Funny. You're just being transphobic.
That's what he was doing.
You're just being transphobic.
Who said that?
You're just being transphobic?
Not at all. I just don't know why he would accidentally call his wife that.
I don't know. I don't know why it's worth bringing up. Trump says people's names wrong all the time. I don't know why this is your favorite one.
You think he called his wife a different name than Ivanka? You think he
Yes.
called her Todd or Fred?
He's called her weird things before, I'm sure, yeah.
That's a pretty fucking hard one. Michelle and Michael.
Okay. Are you just
accidentally
alluding that
call somebody
Michelle is a
Michael?
man? Is that what you're alluding to, bud?
I mean, well, if he accidentally called her Michael, it sort of seems
That's
that way.
all you need to think that somebody's a man? I think your wife's a man. Is she a man now?
If I accidentally called Stephanie John, she might be.
Okay.
And if I did it like 4 or 5 times
They
in
have
public, and
children, dude.
I was like, hey, John,
we have an
I mean,
opportunity for
Stephanie.
something really funny. We have an
Hey,
opportunity for something
John, I
really
mean,
funny.
Stephanie,
Pickles.
come here, babe.
Team. I want you to, on your mic, walk up to Stephanie and tell her what you told everyone else, that once a woman reaches menopause, she's useless and no good anymore. I want you to tell your wife that.
Guess what? She ain't hitting it for 20 years. She already knows it's going to be, we both going to be
I don't blame
downhill
her.
by then.
I don't think it's menopause that's doing that, bud.
No, you got to look up menopause.
I think you need to look at menopause.
Has your mom gone through it yet?
I don't know.
Or is your mom still in your life? I don't know.
I haven't asked her about that.
Okay, well, if she hasn't, if you don't know, I promise you would know she did. You don't even have to fucking
Team, let's get back to the point. I want to know what Stephanie thinks of your thought. I want to know what
you will
Stephanie
know
thinks
when it happens.
The whole all 700 or all 800 people here really want to hear Stephanie's thoughts. I think you should tell her.
Got you very interested, huh?
Obama did not ever call his wife Michael. A widely circulated claim on social media is misleading and takes his words out of context.
I got hella clips.
You've been carrying this for how many years, bud?
There's multiple clips.
Google is
you
your
could
friend.
debunk whatever you want.
Yeah, huh? I know
Is
you guys
anything
like to
that
cling on to these things. I get it.
Is there anything that makes
It
them
helps your
look
bigotry.
like? What's your bigotry? Is that the best thing you got?
What would it even mean if Michelle was a trans woman? What would it even mean for you or for anybody? Why
I would
is it
think
so important?
I would think that would be another first for Obama.
Cool. Are you celebrating it, or are you sitting here poking at it like it's something to make fun of?
How does that affect your life?
I might be celebrating and laughing at the same time.
Yeah. Okay.
Could I do that?
No.
How does that affect your life?
You guys
do you think I could celebrate it and laugh at the same time?
You guys cry that we call you these names all the time, but you're never going to shake the allegations of being bigots and transphobes. When you guys say this stuff, this is what the shit you guys say to each other at the quick tire and shit.
I'm in Sacramento.
This is not acceptable in society.
What state do you live in?
I live in Texas.
Have you ever been to a gay bar?
Yes, I lived in the gayborhood for 5 years.
Okay, so if I told you that you were the same thing you're telling me, would that offend you?
That I was trans?
That you were against them?
That I was homophobic?
Yes, correct. If I told you that with you saying you did what for how long, would you be offended about that?
I honestly, you could say that if I said the things you were saying. You would have the right to say
Okay,
that.
so you don't know who my friends are. You don't know where I go.
It doesn't matter how many tokenizing friends you have, how many friends you can point to that
See,
are
that's what
probably
I'm saying.
miserable
Did
in your
you
life.
just
Guarantee you
tokenize
don't.
them by
I
saying
guarantee
hung
you,
out
if
there
you
the whole
have
time?
any gay
Did
friends, you don't
just
say this stuff
tokenize
around
them
them.
by saying you hung out there the whole time?
If you don't have any gay or if
Hey,
you
be
have any gay
quiet,
friends,
buddy.
dude, you don't say
Let
anything
Pickle
to them.
answer. Let your little buddy Pickle answer. Were you
Wait, I want to hear
tokenizing them by
Stephanie's
saying
answer
you
though.
hung out there the whole time?
You're the one who asked me. I didn't bring it up to tokenize how not homophobic I am.
Okay, well, you said you hung out there the whole time, so you had to be tokenizing that.
No, I wasn't bringing that up. You brought that up. You asked me,
I
and I had no
asked
idea why you were
if-
asking me that, but I answered.
I asked you if you ever have, and because you told me you did, was I going to accuse? Come on now.
No, this has nothing to
You're
do
the one
with
that brought
whether
it
or not-
up.
Listen, Team Trump, can you name one person in your life that's like a celebrity that's misogynist? Do you think that, I don't know, Dana White's misogynist for slapping his wife?
Let's see. Sean Strickland's misogynist. There's a lot of people that are.
Steven Crowder.
Okay, all right, perfect. Do you think that person has a lot of women in their life? Do you think he employs some
Dana
women?
White? You think Dana White doesn't have women in his life?
Yeah, he's got a lot of women in his life, right? So there's
Obviously.
no amount of women that he can point to that makes him not misogynist, right?
So what does that mean?
That means that your fucking stupid claim of my proximity to people that are gay makes me not homophobic. That is not a thing.
Homophobic people don't go and hang out with gay people, you dumb fuck.
That's not true. You can absolutely be
that's not
homophobic and
true.
hang out with
You
gay
can be
people.
homophobic, but you just
Team,
hang out
do you
with them all the
understand?
time.
Wait, team, do you are you comprehending
you
what
can
he
just
just?
be homophobic and hang out with them all the time.
Team,
That's what homophobic people do.
Team, do you understand what?
You
Do
know
you
what
comprehend what he just
homophobic
said, though?
means, you little pickle?
Team, do you? Let's
Pickle.
make sure
Do
you
know what
understand what he just
homophobic
said, team.
means?
Team, he just said.
know what
Would you
racist
agree?
means.
Hang on, team. Would you agree
guys
that
throw
someone?
around words and don't even know what they mean.
Team, would you agree? Like Pickle said, that someone who hits
No.
women and treats women like shit is
You're
misogynistic.
a homophobe. You don't go hang
Team.
out with gay people, you dumb fuck.
Team, would you say that someone who hits women and
Knock, knock. Is
treats them
anybody
like
there?
shit? Team,
Wait, did you guys fall out of
would you
coconut
say
tree?
that someone who treats women like shit and hits them is misogynistic? Would you say that?
Bro, check it out. A woman doesn't deserve to be hit, but if a woman hits a man, she
That's not what
better
I
watch
asked.
out
That's
because-
not what I asked, team. I said if a man hits women and treats them like shit, is that man misogynistic?
I would call him a fucking woman beater. I wouldn't call him misogynistic. That's fucking weird.
What if he also? Let's just say
hurt
that.
his feelings.
What if he just demeans? What if he demeans them too?
Bro.
What if he's also demeaning them? He just
Go look
talks
up
to
a
them like
wife
shit.
beater, you dumb fuck. It's not a
Hang on.
misogynistic
What if
man.
what if he also
Misogynistic
demeans?
man will-
Fine then. Fine.
You know what a
We'll go with your world.
misogynistic
No,
man
team,
will do?
we're going with your
If you
reality
and your
here.
girlfriend are
Team,
walking down the road and some guys try to rob you, a
Team, we're
misogynistic
going
man
with
will not
your
run.
reality.
Pickle
Team.
will run. Okay?
Team, we're
He
going
will
with
run
your
faster than
reality
his
here.
girlfriend. His girlfriend might
Team.
save him. That
Thank you,
is,
B.
that
Thank
is
you
a
for the
liberal man.
$10. Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you, B, for the
A
$10.
misogynistic
Guys, it's
man would
$40 to kick.
defend the woman
$40
and
to
get
kick.
beat up for his girl. A liberal man would run faster than
Team,
his girl.
team. What? Let's say
That's
let's go
Pickle.
with your reality then, team. Your reality then. He treats women like shit. He beats them, and he talks terribly about women and is just demeaning. Would you then say that person is misogynistic? He talks trash about women and demeans them and says they're nothing and they're worthless and just talks shit about women. Would you then say he's misogynistic?
No, that's still not a good definition.
Oh, Jesus
That
fucking
is a
Christ.
negative definition of misogynistic. There's
Oh
a
my
positive
God.
definition of misogynistic too. You know that, right? Police officers can be misogynistic. Firefighters can be
God.
misogynistic. Okay, you try to ball up all men into one
Exactly.
category
Dog.
because he wants to dog women.
What
He's
this-
a bitch. Anybody that talks shit like that in certain ways is not cool. But guess what? There's a lot of women that fit those categories. There's a lot of women that don't, but there's a lot of women that do. So if you're just calling a spade, cry me a river.
I don't even know what you
There's
just
nerds,
said, man. I don't
there's
think what you just
jocks,
said was anything.
there's fucking sluts, and there's good girls. So if
Holy
you want to be a
shit.
slut and you want to
Oh
air it
my
out,
God.
don't be mad you get called one. Okay, if you want to be a good girl and not do OF, you're probably not going to be
Do you talk to
getting
your
called
wife
one.
like this?
Dude, like I said, I've had multiple women.
Do
and
you,
I'm
do
not
you go to
married.
the other room when you talk like this so she can't hear you? Does she know the things you think about women?
Every fucking Trump supporter woman knows.
No, no, no.
how to
Answer the
Trump
question.
men
No,
are.
answer the question. Don't be
I
a little
just
bitch.
did. I'm not
Answer the
married,
question.
dumb fuck. Okay, I love women too much to be married because they just get cheated on if I was.
What?
Yeah, you think one woman is fun for like 40 years, man? That shit. Some dudes maybe, but no, not this dude. They all come in all shapes,
Wait, you
sizes,
think being
flavors, and
faithful
colors.
can't
Okay,
be fun? You think being in a faithful relationship can't be fun?
for some people, you think having fun with a lot of different women can't be fun. You don't
Pickles,
think hanging
I
out
need
with
to
a real
find a
hot
brick wall
Asian
to
chick
bash.
can't be fun. You don't think hanging out with a thick
Pickles, I need to find a brick wall to bash my face into.
oh, please do. Sooner than later. Don't come on, help me out, bro. Just do it in the wall in your house. You don't have to.
Thank you, Lindsay, for the kick. Thoughts and prayers for Stephanie. All chat. One tap is one prayer for Stephanie.
I was gonna offer DoorDash. Does
Oh.
DoorDash get this guy off?
Oh man, you probably
Oh,
answer
man.
it. I don't know. Fuck.
My head hurts.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm honestly shocked that he was here for so long. I honestly shocked that Yahtzee was here for long enough. He tried to come back up.
I can't believe I missed the Yahtzee.
Oh, it was a real one. It was a real one.
Did I tell you I had them coming at me so hard one time? And out of 10,000 or out of 20,000 comments I had on videos in the series of 2 weeks, 10,000 of them were anti-Semitic to the effect of, get in the oven, here's your striped pajamas, HUN was right, but also somehow it was only 271, the Holocaust didn't happen. They accused me, I'm not even Jewish. They accused me of being Jewish. They literally did facial structural analysis of me. They took screenshots of my face from videos and measured them to Yahtzee proportions to determine that I was secretly Jewish. I cannot make this shit up. It was insane for like a 2-week period, and then they just disappeared.
Fuck, dude. Well, I'm sorry you had to go through that. That's rough.
Dude,
yeah.
The internet's wild.
Well, I love you. Thank you for coming for backup. I appreciate you. I don't know what just happened. I think you just dropped. Hello?
It's me and you.
What's up, bud? Are you a Trump supporter?
I am a Trump supporter.
What do you like about Trump?
I like how when Trump got shot, he like did that fist in the air. It kind of gave off signs of like aura and dominance over the country, which is like, it shows that he cares for the American people.
Wild. Is there anything that's not like a meme that you can talk about?
Okay, well, that's not a meme. That was a real life situation. Okay. Anyways, okay, my next point I want to bring up is that Kamala's bad because she was gonna get rid of the police people's money, and then we wouldn't have any police. But Trump wants to have more police, so then we can like, we can like, you know, be in a
Foreskin,
safe.
can you show me where she advocated for the defunding of the police?
Search it up, bud.
Was it in 2019?
What?
When was it?
I think it was like 2021.
Has evolved and subject to differing. In June 20th, during the period of nationwide protests, as U.S. Senator, Harris praised the defund police movement in a radio interview. She described it as a movement for rethinking how public safety is achieved and questioning the allocation of large portions of city budgets to police departments. She simply stated that it is old thinking and wrong and backwards to think that more police officers will create more safety, advocating instead for redirecting police funding to social services, education, and mental health programs. That's based. As vice presidential nominee, just a few months later, they clarified its official position, stating they did not support defunding the police. A campaign spokesperson stated that throughout her career, Senator Harris has supported increased funding to police departments and boosting funding for community policing. I'm sorry?
Okay. You're on a computer, nerd. Okay, we're trying to go based off intellectual knowledge that we've already
This
consumed.
isn't a contest.
Okay?
This is just seeking the truth. Okay?
Seeking the truth? Okay.
Yes.
Do you know what? Okay. Then do you know what Kamala was really trying to do?
Yeah, build 3 million homes, give tax breaks to middle class.
Yeah, and you clearly don't know about her like children trafficking scandal either. Apparently,
Was it as bad as Epstein? Was it as bad as
Trump wasn't
locking up
on the Epstein
kids?
Island. Trump was not on the Epstein Island.
Sure.
Trump ratted out Epstein. He
There's no
ratted him
proof
out.
of that.
Yeah, there is. The Obama appointed judge released one of the files for Epstein, which says that Trump was like informant.
No,
He
that's
was
not
an
true.
informant.
That's not
No, it
true.
is true.
Mike Johnson had to redact or retract that. It's not true.
Okay, dude, we're not trying to use sexual terminology. That's kind of sus. Have you ever played
Fine.
Among Us? You know what the term sus means?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're talking about politics here, not Among Us. Okay. So let's go back to the beginning where I was like destroying you in this debate.
Anyways. Hello? H? I like your stuff. Goodbye. Redacted is symmetrical. I don't even know if I said redacted. I think I almost said redacted and then didn't. He sounds like he's from Laguna Beach. He literally sounds like he's wearing a pair of Ray-Bans and a straight bill hat. You paused and said retracted. Okay. That I can see how that could be phallic, but I'm not in the mood. Not in the mood, dude. He was a goof. He was a goof McBoof. That was Groiper rage bit. Gross. Guys, we got 45 minutes to go. Can y'all tell me words of affirmation for a little bit? Can you tell me my mustache is looking thick? Just say it. Thank you. South Park episode? I'm down. You're girthy. That means a whole lot. Thank you. Do you mean that, Infectious? I'm basically Tom Skerritt. Who is that? Is that an Ashby quote? You was kind, you was part, and you was important. Thick stash with 2 C's? Do you mean it? I'm like Burt Reynolds with that stash. Tom scared. I just looked at. Hand tats equal melted butter. Are the hand tats, were they a W, Kristen? Why is everyone hitting on the host? I was asking for it, y'all. I asked for it. Thank you, Tyler. Means a lot. Thank you. What's up, Jonathan? I'm 76-year-old and love to have you as my grandson. Georgia Peach. I'm almost out of grandmas. I'm almost out. I almost get no birthday cards. I'm creating for legal reasons. Nice. I had a spare grandma. I mean, you know, I have 2 sets of parents, and then they have 2 sets of parents. My grandma sent birthday cards. Yeah, sometimes. You have a Carhartt hat. That's pretty neat. Thank you. I love my Carhartt hats, and I actually need some new ones because they're getting kind of crusty. But it really does trigger the conservatives. And I love that for us. Surrogate grandma here. Thanksgiving's coming up, guys, and I like that orange stuff with marshmallow. I think it's like cottage cheese and tangerines and marshmallows. That's what I want. If you're my grandma, I need that. Adds patina. Scooter rider so hot. That's right. That's right, guys. Ambrosia salad, is that that's what that's called? I bet you like candy corn too. I don't like candy corn actually. I used to. I don't like candied yams. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Peeps are okay. I make a mean bowl of cereal. That'll get you somewhere these days, you know? I take back my compliment. No. Do I want some homemade donuts? Yeah. The Peeps is too far. My nose bridge is stunning. Thank you. It's a little crooked, actually. What's going on there? It's a little... Turkey stuffed with tacos. When people get excited about candied yams at Thanksgiving, I can't do it. I can boil water. Can I be your grandma? Yeah. Beautiful nostrils. I've been told I have beautiful hands. Besides the... And it reminds me of that episode of Friends where Ross was told he has nice hands. And he's like, yeah, these bad boys. The hands are bid. I know those hands from anywhere. Page 136 of the fall issue. Hand models. But why? But why male models? But when Joey thinks he has a hand twin, do you guys remember the Seinfeld episode where George was really enjoying dating this woman until he saw her hands, She had like big hands. He freaks out. He like dumps her. Rachel told me it was good with his hands. Yeah, that's what it was. Was it Jerry? Grip that mic. You'll need a cold shower. So we all hungry tonight or what? Y'all need it, yeah. I think something is going on. Something is going on. I woke up today. I won't say. I did ask for it. It was Jerry dating the man hands. Gonna need some hand measurements for science. We can do hand molds. I can sell hand molds. I want stuffing now. Y'all, this is a double XL shirt. And I usually just wear an XL. But I actually like the way it fits big on me. Should I start wearing oversized shirts? Foot molds. This is how this shirt fits. You know? I kind of like it. And it like goes all the way down to my elbow. Oversized shirts. It looks good. I'm new to this, y'all. I don't get outside much. I don't know what people look like. I stare at myself. That's forming an O. I wear 4XL daily. I might need a few 2Xs. I see what you did there, B. See what you did. Guys, in my spare time when I'm streaming, I creep on y'all. I look at your profiles. Has anyone ever told y'all that? I just want y'all to know that every TikToker does it. Yep. What do I see? It's interesting. It's the best people watching ever. I can't say what I want. Chill. No, I feel like he's underdressed. Yeah, spiff him up, guys. Spiff him up. Guys, I don't like videos because I don't want to look like I'm creeping. I want to creep silently, like a ninja. Uh, 30 minutes, y'all. $30 until you lose me to Final Fantasy. Sounds like a start of a book. 30 minutes. You never really loved us. I blame my mother. I mean, when it all boils down to it, I think we're allowed to do that. But it's not a reflection of how much I love y'all, chat, when I leave. You want to play some Warzone together instead of Final Fantasy? I suck. I suck on Warzone right now. So rusty. I don't even have it. Please do in a Discord. Yeah, I will. Maybe another time. Start a show. We can do that. I can walk Pickles really quick. Take her outside for taters and tutors. Come back just in time for Seinfeld. No. No. No, not Seinfeld. I wanted to brief about the abortion combo. Okay. Are we going out walkies? I'm not gonna stream because it's cold. I'm just gonna be fast. It's cold as fuck. It's like 40 degrees out there. Or Abley Manor. We'll do Hidden A. Bly Manor. That sounds good. Would it be illegal to play a live recording? I don't know, Kix. Might be against TOS if it's physical. Freezing warning in Florida. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Midnight Mass is so good. Same folks as Bly Manor. I'm down for either one of those. Either one of those sound good. I have no idea what they are, but they sound kind of fitting. So let's do it. I'm going to go ahead and end stream. And we're going to go walk Pickles. And I'll be right back. And I'm just going to hop in Discord right now. So if you guys want to huddle in Discord and hang out while I'm doing that, I'll be back soon. All right, chat. Love yous. I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.